Okay, I think I'm pretty much there. Don't know for sure, but we'll see how it goes. Hello, everybody. Hey, Jonathan, Laura, Sunstar. Good morning. Here comes Captain Joe.
What's up?
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Just getting off of Johnny. Johnny was on.
Was he? All right.
Yeah. And I was having problems getting on this morning. I'm up here trying to get on this morning. Right before Johnny got on, all of a sudden I got nothing. It's not letting me. I'm saying I don't have any internet or anything. And then I look up, and what's happening is Zoom is saying updating. It just started updating on me, and it took 20 minutes for it to update and fix it so I could even get on.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
Not good,
Oh, I know.
but is what it is. We can't change that.
Yeah, but it's just this one computer that's doing this. It's got to be the RAM on the computer. But I had taken the firewall off of the Apple because it was giving me problems with doing everything. And it seems like it's giving me problems again doing something else. But I've checked the firewall, it's disabled, so it's not that.
Laura
But I've
says,
had
Joe, how are you doing?
I'm doing as best I can. Jonathan, what's up?
Hello, Jonathan.
Whoa, USA, what's good, people?
Hey, it looks like a little cloudy there, huh?
Gonna be a hot day, that's all I
Yeah,
know.
it's cloudy as could be. Joe, you not a gamer, are you?
Oh no.
You can't be because you sitting there crying about 20 minutes for an update, boy. We'd be too happy. Us gamers would be too happy if it only took 20 minutes.
Nope, not a gamer. I remember when my son used to sit here and bitch because it was an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
He'd get ready to play, and it said updating, and it said 90 minutes left. And he'd say, "Why does it take so long?" And I said, "Shut up." Yeah, just let it go.
It
You need
used to
better
be back.
internet.
It used to be back then when they did an update, they would literally like snatch the whole program out and then send the new
Okay,
version.
what you get a new camera or something?
For me? No.
Yeah, it looks better.
One of my other devices.
Yeah, it looks a lot better,
Hang on a
a
minute. I gotta feed.
lot sharper.
And this is the old phone.
There you go.
This the S22. The Ultra, the Ultra 23 should be better. I think it's more the light in the day because it's cloudy as could be. Good morning to you too.
So,
I said good morning.
was that turkey?
No, dog. One of my neighbors'
Thought I
dogs.
heard.
They're bullies, so they sound like anything other than a dog.
I can hear
I
that.
don't know if you seen that video, the lady got with a dog in the car when somebody pull up, it literally like starts talking to him.
No.
It's a bunch of those.
So Johnny and I went yesterday to Madisonville Riverfront flying, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had a guy out there had a 51-foot cruiser that it was sitting there about 25 wide. That's how big this thing is. And he said he just bought it from a guy down in one of the houses down the street that had it. And he was on his way back this morning, back to Michigan with it.
Mm-hmm.
He said 1,000 gallons of fuel.
Wow.
That's in there, diesel, right? And it's going to take him 23 days to get back to Michigan with this boat.
Sound like you need to take it back.
He said him and his wife were looking forward to going back up. Johnny says, and I wonder how much that fuel costs. I said, well, we got to worry about the fuel. We can't get the boat. You know?
Right.
I said, I said, we should have talked to him, find out what he does, because how much you think he paid for that? I said, if he didn't pay $1 million for it, he's close.
That size boat.
It's at least 700,000.
Yeah, that's I was just about to say that. Probably like seven, six,
So
six,
you
six and a
figure,
half, seven.
yeah, I'm telling you, at least $750,000. But he was going back up to where can't remember the name of the city, but it's where Flying Flynn lives. Right
F
up in
and
that
F.
area.
What is F and F? I don't even recall.
It's up in Michigan. I can't remember the name of it. But
Uh,
and then I got stupid. I said, "What's that gonna take you? About 3 or 4 days?" And he looked over at me and he said, 23.
23 days.
23 days. And I was trying to think, why would it take 23 days? He said he has to get permits to get through certain locks, and he's got to go through locks and everything else,
Mm-hmm.
through different passages. And like today, he said he was leaving and going down to the Mississippi River. He was leaving, getting to the mouth of the river and coming back up. He said, "I'm gonna leave tomorrow morning." He didn't say what time, but he said, "But by the time I get to New Orleans, it'll be nighttime."
Damn. That's a slow boat.
Well, the deal is, what gets me is he gonna pass New Orleans because he got to go down Lake Pontchartrain, past New Orleans, because he's gonna be right along the South Shore at New Orleans,
Yeah,
right?
the shoreline. Yeah,
But he's got to go all the way down out into the Gulf,
and
back
then come
around,
around
and come up the river, back up. You know, I was thinking if there's any other way he can go.
with the boat.
You know,
No,
I was
if
thinking
I was
maybe
him,
he can go
I just got a vehicle, bought what you
big
call them?
trailer.
Yeah,
And
went cross lane.
yeah, that sucker got there in 3 days. You know, I bet it's probably too big. It can't be too big because it had to get there, but it's probably still, you know.
I mean, yeah, they can take it on the road. Of course, they're gonna have to drive extra slow. You're gonna need to overload trucks and all that in front and the
Yeah, they
back.
have the truck. It has the body, the bellies that go all the way down. They put them on.
It'll probably cost them less in fuel to sail it around than to take it cross lane.
But you know what? He probably wants to do that because he probably wants it. Probably, I don't know if it's the cost. He may just want the experience.
Yeah, I just spent that amount of money on a boat. Yeah, we gonna ride out these 23 days.
Because
There's a
if it
couple of
was me,
hurricanes running around though, so you might want to be careful about that.
well, he got time. He got time right now. That hurricane, that is Beryl. I'm telling you.
Hey! Watch what you say about my grandmama. She on the
Well,
warpath.
this had nothing to do with your grandmother, trust me.
That's my grandmother's name. That's
Okay,
my
that's all right. But this storm gonna be a bitch.
Oh, again, I say she's 104 years old. She
Not
coming.
the storm
She
4 days old.
she coming.
So let me just put it to you this way. This storm is going to be a Category 4 in the Caribbean today.
They just in fact, I was listening to the news before I came out here. Right now, it went from 1 to 3 in 16 hours. It's Category 3
Yeah.
right now.
Right. And now the thing is, once it starts getting around Cuba, the wind shears are going to hit it a little bit, but it's only going to knock it down to a 2. So when it hits Yucatan, it's going to hit Yucatan around a 2. Now let me tell you where the problem's at. I look at a thing called tropical tidbits forecast models.
Yeah.
I've been looking at this thing for about 10 years.
Okay.
They're very close, and you can project about 10 days out. Last night they said it here, and we're hurricane. We do hurricanes all the time, so these forecasters here know what they're talking about too.
Well,
and they said, "Well, this is what they said today. Start getting some preparations ready. This should not affect us,
right.
but it's starting to shift north. The last 3 are going straight across right into Mexico. These are starting to shift because our system's moving. Our wind patterns are moving.
Right.
Now, this one here, as of this morning, Corpus Christi, Texas.
Hmm.
That's a lot of space. And it's
It is.
shifted. Now the deal is, what about and then it shows like 10 days out, right?
Mhm.
About 4 days after that, there's another system in the Gulf comes into Corpus Christi again, but it comes in around Houston, shifted up again. So my question is this: a month from now, where are they going to be shifting?
That's a
A
good
month from now
question.
means they'd be shifting around us, and I don't really feel like dealing in August with one of these.
Okay, me being from the islands, right, and then being up here, what y'all call a hurricane is just rain to us. It's just rain and wind.
Oh yeah,
I've been in Columbus a few times where they gave us this big old hurricane warning, this, that, and the third. And me, I'll go in my living room and I'll open the shades and I'll sit there and I'll look at it. Now, I'm literally looking for things to get to flying by like they would if I was back in the Virgin Islands, and I don't never see that. So, what y'all call a hurricane, what we call a hurricane, two different things.
now
What we call a
Hurricane Katrina
hurricane,
was
what
a
we call a
hurricane.
hurricane, you might find an SUV on the fourth floor of somebody's living room in an apartment
Yeah.
building, and no more coconut trees, and seaplanes can't even lift up out the water to go where they're going. And we do hurricanes. This,
Well,
I mean,
that
for
was
y'all, it's probably something serious because up here y'all got a lot of trees that'll fall and stuff, but it's really like just rain to me.
yeah, Katrina. We had cars underwater. We had boats on top of houses. We had all kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We had cars on top of
Yeah,
houses.
Katrina did the thing.
Yeah, Katrina was real. I was in Hurricane Eva in Hawaii. I had 67 banana trees. When I walked outside, I had 4. All my trees were gone. They were gone.
You did better than my island did when Katrina came through. We didn't have any coconut trees for the next 7 years.
Yeah,
7 years. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we losing all that. When we got in Hawaii was different back then. Back in the 80s, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting at my desk in the military, and we get a teletype come over, and it's a warning. No computers, teletype, right?
All right.
Teletype comes over. It's a warning. Possible hurricane conditions, tropical storm conditions in 24 hours.
Mm.
And it wasn't even on the news. We get this. So I look at it, and about 10 minutes later, it comes across again possible hurricane conditions in the next 18 hours. And I got up and I said, "Hey guys, I'll be right back. I've got to run home." And they said, "What are you doing? What's the matter?" I said, "I need y'all to do me. I worked a big supply unit. I said, do me a favor. I said, go get some masking tape. We had a bunch of masking tape.
Yeah.
I said, I want y'all to go on each one of these windows we got,
Tape
put a
them up.
cross across, and
Mhm.
write down like this." And I showed them
Yeah.
exactly what to do. Said, don't do it any different. If I come back, you do it different, you're gonna take it off and do it right. And they said, what for? I said, because I said, if anybody has anything at home they need to secure, let me know. I'll let you get out of here early today. I said, I got to run right now. I said, and I grabbed 3 of the big 64-quart ice chests.
Mhm.
I took 2 of them. I took 2 of them and ran home with them, right? So I had just bought a half a cow.
Oh.
So I went home and I took these things. They'd been in my freezer for about 2 days. I
Yeah.
took this stuff out. I took some masking tape with me. It was duct tape with me. I started packing this thing with layers of ice and layers of meat. I sealed them, put a sign on here. I said, if anybody opens this, the ass is mine. Like this. I said, do not open it. This is the meat from the freezer. We have a hurricane coming. Like that. And I made sure the kids knew not to touch this stuff. And I
Right.
had all the meat put in there, right? It was right before Thanksgiving. I had a turkey. I left the turkey in the refrigerator. So I took all the stuff out that I knew I'd lose real fast. Came back, they had all my windows taped up. The master guns looks at me and says, "What the hell's going on?" I said, "You got something major getting ready to hit this island." Like this, I said, he said, "Oh, we have hurricanes before." I said, "No, this is gonna be a 4. It's gonna be a Cat 4."
Yeah.
And he says, well, okay, you're from Louisiana, show it. So we started taping up stuff and doing everything else. And a couple of people went home. I said, if you need an ice chest, grab an ice chest, fill it with ice, put your stuff in there, seal it. And I went through all the stuff with everybody. When that thing came through, it came through the next day. That's
Mhm.
what we had less than 18 hours time. This thing came through, knocked the power out. Niihau lost power for 4 weeks, one of the islands. Kauai lost power for about a month. The north side of Oahu was devastated. My building was the only building on Camp Smith that didn't have glass damage. Like that. Master Gunn said, you need to put out a memo and we need to incorporate this for the whole base. Like that, because nobody knew about this.
What you charge him?
I should have charged on Marine Corps. But so what we had, this happened on it was a Monday morning, and Thanksgiving was Thursday. We had no power up until Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, I had that turkey. I had it in the freezer with the freezer closed because it was frozen. So I said it's going to thaw, and I was checking it. I was checking it every once in a while, and it got to the point where I went out and put it on a grill, and I was going to smoke it. So I'm smoking it Thanksgiving Day, figuring I'll feed everybody in the neighborhood because we were good. We had everything else. We had MREs and everything we were eating, and electricity comes back Thanksgiving Day. You know,
I
so
salute you for
Thanksgiving Day
that.
we had turkey, but we were good. You know, and they told me, they said, "How did you know it was going to be this bad?" I said, "Because it said Cat 4."
Right.
Like hey, Cat 4s are bitches. I have been in 4 Cat 4s.
I was in one. I decided I wanted to go outside and play because the rain and weather is different. I was about 8 years old. So the whole island is basically locked down. And I'm outside hanging on a pole, swaying like a flag, thinking it's too far.
I don't know where that. I don't think I have a picture. Let me see if I got a picture. I don't think I have. I got the picture in the back. I don't think I have a digital of it. But I'm going to show you what it looks like in a Cat 4. I think I got this picture.
Oh, believe me, bro, I know about them hurricanes.
I was in Okinawa, Japan, when tropical when it was Super Typhoon Fran hit.
Super typhoon. I remember that.
Yeah, Fran hit. And all I'm going to tell you is it was something else.
Mm.
I don't think I have.
Paul, you been flying lately?
Yeah, the weather's been kind of up and
Yeah.
down, and there hasn't been a lot to fly lately.
Okay.
I got one yesterday, or 2 yesterday, but
You get that Air 3
one
yet?
early in the morning and one later towards evening.
You ain't get that Air 3 yet, Paul?
Here you go.
No. I'm
There you
in
go.
love with the Air 2S.
Super
Now-
typhoon ran over Japan.
Now
1970.
that's, you look at this. Look at the rain coming down right here, right?
Yeah, I see.
All that's flooded. Look how wet I am.
Soaked.
I am soaked. You see the
Yeah,
helmet, right?
soaked.
And you know why?
That's you?
Because that's me. Yeah, that's me. And you know why I'm that wet? Because my stupid ass took my camera, went up on a roof, tied myself to a pole, and took pictures of it.
Trying to get some photos.
I got my photos too, but I was on mess duty at the time. But look at it. That's nothing but rain coming down. That's during this. That's right in the middle of the typhoon going, and we're still business as usual with the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
And we're at the mess hall. We're feeding everybody because we've got generators. So, and I was in the back working. They asked me what I wanted to do. I said I'll go clean everything. So I went in the back here, and that's all I did. I scrubbed these things down after they cooked them. But that's me back in 1976.
He was a
That's
little
it.
guy, Joe.
21 years old. I look little. I
Yeah.
look little right there. I was 196 pounds, 3% body fat.
She looked like 165 right there.
No, it's 196. Yeah, but it's like, I don't remember those days.
Mm. Don't want to remember. Where is everybody?
But in the middle of the night, because that was right as it was passing us. In the middle of the night, they call out we had a couple of different response teams. I was on one of them. They bring us down to H area to climb on top of a building during the eyes coming through. To go on top of this building to batten down the tin, all the roof. And I'm listening to the stuff and they're saying the eyes so many miles across, that's how fast it's going and all of this. And I'm listening to it, and one of the sergeants says, "Jump up there and do that." So I'm not going up there. I said, "Y'all got about 5 minutes to get off of it." And he said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "The eye's coming through. As soon as it comes through, the wind's coming from a different direction, and it's gonna hit you all of a sudden." And he said, "How do you know all of this?" I said, "I'm from Louisiana. Listen to me." I said, "Y'all need to tie it down. Try not to," because they were trying to screw it all down and everything. I said, "Just tie it fast as you can." So we throwing ropes up there to tie it and everything. And that wind started coming up. And within 5 minutes, half of that roof was gone and people on top of the roof were on the ground. And I told them, I said, "You needed to be off that roof. You had 5 minutes. You couldn't do it."
So you'd have said 5, I'd have said 3. I'm gonna need them 2 minutes to get somewhere secure.
Yeah, I mean, they all looked at me and they came back and the sergeant told the lieutenant, he said, "Trombator here said we didn't have time to do it," and he was right. Because it took us like 30 minutes to get down there. And I said, "We're not gonna be able to do it." Because that wind, well, I tell you, you know how it is. When that wind turns on you, you'll be sitting there and it'd be dead stone. It'd be still, nothing moving. And all of a sudden that eye hits opposite way, just as strong.
Start snatching everything.
Because you're right at the base of it, I saw a 1x4. It was a 1x2, 1 inch by 2 inch piece of wood. Pick up in the yard during Hurricane Betsy. My dad said, "We got to get in, the wind's coming up." And we got up and we watched this piece of wood pick up, fly across the yard and stick into a tree. Oh yeah. Came out the next morning, it was about 4 inches into a tree.
So that
somebody just
thing
picked it up and speared.
Yeah, it would have went through anybody. Somebody would have been in the way of it.
And the best part is like I said, about 4 inches into this tree, about a 6-foot piece of board, right? And it was blunt on the front and still made it 4 inches into the tree. What was the force on that?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It'd have been in the way. It'd have been like a human on a spear stuck to that tree.
It would have went through you.
Would have went through.
That was crazy. But like I said, I grew up Hurricane Camille, Hurricane Betsy. Those were two of the majors in Louisiana right off the bat. In Hurricane Camille, I was out. It was 1970, I think, 69 or 70 with Camille. I'm like 14 years old. We're playing football. It's hitting the Gulf Coast, and we're out there playing. And my mama said, "Y'all need to get in." And we were down the street. She just said, "Y'all need to get back here," So we're down the street, and we're playing football, throwing the football around. And we lived right by a little North Stadium, a football stadium. So my dad comes down and says, "Y'all need to go." I said, "Well, game's almost over." He said, "Let's go now." The wind's starting to pick up. And the wind was starting to pick up. It was a good bunch of gusts coming. So we had to kick the ball. So I punt the ball, get it up in there, a gust come. I still don't know where that football went. All we know is the ball went up in there, it just kept going. Probably the longest punt ever.
It never stopped, it just kept going up?
It started going, and we just saw it was sailing like away from us, and it just kept going. We watched it go into the waterworks, the plant over there, and it went over the building. Everybody looked at me. I said, I guess it's time to go.
Before you said it was time to go, I'd already been gone. Time I seen that ball was going up, one coming down, I'd have said,
my dad looked over and said, "I told you, you stupid ass, it's time to go home." One of these days you go, now you don't have a football. We got home and my mom weighed, my mom was 5'1", she weighed about 90 pounds. And the wind's blowing and blowing and blowing. And we're sitting there and we didn't get the direct hit.
Hey,
We
your mom
lived
taller than
upstairs.
mine.
And we lived upstairs, right? So my mom decides she's gonna open the back door to look outside. So she opens the door, it snatches the door from her. She won't let go of the door. She's flying out the door. My dad grabs her by the arm. It's pulling him because she's got the door, so now she got a sail pulling.
Right.
So and I reached over, grabbed him, and it's pulling me. And he's hollering, "You stupid woman, let the door go."
Right.
But the door's gonna hit the wall. Let the door go, you stupid woman. Like this. She finally let it go. And when she let it go, she fell straight down.
All
Like
three
that.
of
And
y'all fell, didn't you?
he grabbed the, yeah, we're all leaning that way. And he grabbed her, brought her back in. And he said, and he got out there and he couldn't get the door closed for a few minutes because of the wind. We had to wait for the wind to shift a little bit. But he said, now we got a hurricane and the door open. You know, stupid woman. She turned around and she said, say stupid one more time, I'll take your teeth out.
Mm.
Yeah, my mom was, woo, call me stupid one more time.
Be right back.
Yeah, that was a funny thing when I remember. But if he wouldn't have grabbed her, she would have been thrown over the balcony. Andrew, what's up? Johnny. Yeah, it would have been terrible. That's when it came through and Camille came through and just devastated Biloxi and all that Gulfport and all of that area was gone. Oh, we're under a heat advisory already.
Well, now when officially does hurricane season start down there? I thought it was the fall, like August.
June 1st
Oh,
to November 30th. Yeah, because that hurricane right now that's in the what you call it in the Caribbean, that's going to be a bear. It's already a category 3, probably going to be a category 4.
and it doesn't look like it's spread out very far. It looks kind of cone shaped.
Yeah, they have this morning. Actually, yesterday is when they started showing us a little bit. It's cone shaped going straight into the Yucatan, but as of today, it's starting to shift a little more to the top of the Yucatan. And when it hits the Gulf, it looks like the tracks are starting to bring it up toward Corpus Christi area instead of down by Mexico. So that's the thing I'm worried about. If they're starting to, the pattern's starting to shift. And then there's another one. When you look at it, when you look at it, I do it. When you look at it, let's see, 10 days out. 10 days out. Okay, that's the next one. Hold on, let's go back. The July 7th. It's south of Houston. Looks like it's going right into Corpus Christi. But then if you go 3 more days, there's something else south of Beaumont, right at the Louisiana coast, right at the border. And that's going back, that's going in to Corpus Christi. So it looks like it goes, comes back, and then goes back. So if it stays in the Gulf, that sucker could intensify. And if it, say it's a 1 or a 2, it could go to a 3 or 4. Texas is about to get it. It's gonna be nasty for a few days over there. Yeah. And then July 12th, yeah, July 12th, where my son's at, looks like it's the remnants of it. North Carolina's gonna be covered with it.
Yes, little llama, I still had the tag on my hat. My mama said the same thing. You take that tag off your hat. I'm like, leave my hat alone, please.
Hey, he brings everything back to Best Buy. He might have bought it at Best Buy.
Well, this? Now you're not gonna find this at Best Buy. This you're not gonna find at Best Buy. Sorry.
Oh no, you can't do that. That's a nice hat.
My home.
When you
Hey,
decide to send me that battery, you can send me that hat.
we still ain't you ain't said nothing, man. I'm waiting on you. Hmm, hold on. Matter of fact, I just looked at that barrier. I just looked at the whole what you call it? Where's Mark? Mark's not here yet.
No, he's not.
Mark
Everybody's
went
taking
dead.
it easy.
Can't be mad at that.
Probably going to be a short day again today.
Yeah, I seen he was only on for like 30 minutes the other day. By the time I got on, it was over with.
Hurry up. Yeah, come. Come. Hurry up.
Not bad. Oh, good. Ain't even came out
Brand
the
new.
plastic yet.
Yeah.
About three of these setups, man. Which
Oh,
I got two of them set up on the dresser. So I can charge 6 batteries at a time. And then this one I just never use. My stuff never go back in the way you take it out.
Gitchy.
hey, Gitchy, how
Morning,
you doing?
Gitchy. AKA Miss AI.
All them updates, that's what's taking us so long to get back.
I got that from Joe, Gitchy, so don't crucify me because you Miss AI.
The truth.
Hey, you know what? It's about at least what 2 years. I've never actually seen. Has anybody actually seen Geechee before?
Hell no.
Yeah. That's a buddy of Joe's.
Yeah, ain't
Now,
my buddy.
I know Lil Llama. I know Lil Llama and David said they seen him, but even when she was there, we still never seen her. I haven't a clue to what she looks like.
She doesn't get on the camera.
Yeah. What you call it? David and Laura said they saw her. but all we saw is some British woman from the back of the head.
So it wasn't her.
We can't verify it. Unverifiable. It's like one of them UFOs.
You gonna have to put a family picture on your channel or something. At least one. Look, we could board a plane and you could be giving us some drinks and we wouldn't even know it was you. In fact, look, every time Joe get on the plane, he gonna be asking each one of them, "What's your name? What's your name?"
No, I know a way. I know a simple way to find out. All I gotta do is say, "Go Lions," or "Lions suck."
Yep.
And if I say "Lions suck," and she turn around to you, watch your mouth. That's get you.
Well, she's a football fan.
Hey, Gitchy. She turn around, "Lions suck." Hey, Gitchy. You know.
It does if it's raining. That's what I'm looking at now. It looks like it's gonna
she getting mad. Look, putting the growl.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute, she mad at me or you?
I hope it's me.
Is
Yes,
that
Gitchy.
Gitchy? Hey, lady. Oh, she's beautiful. No wonder Joe's head over here.
Yeah, right. That looks like one of them AI things they made up.
No, that's Gitchy.
Nah, that's her. Look, she's sitting on a plane engine. That's
Yep.
a plane engine behind her. She's literally sitting on the inside of one of the engines, on the rim of one of the engines.
On the rim of one of the engines, yep.
Mm-hmm. And a picture of her, that's her. If it ain't her, I don't know what to tell you.
That's Gitchy.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Here you go. Zoom into that picture, see what the badge says. Have a name on it?
It says Gitchy.
There you go, Joe. There you go.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
her. It's
Hey, I can do
official.
that in Photoshop. I can make one of those up in Photoshop too.
We known you all this time. We never seen you. It's good to finally see you. Now I got to book a flight where? I'm just kidding. I don't want Joe hunting me down.
I'm not moving to Michigan yet. Say, I almost moved to Grand Rapids once.
Really?
I haven't. Oh, you changed your mind?
Well, at the time, the wife didn't want to move up there. She wanted to stay around her family. I wanted to move up there because the housing was cheaper. You can get a 3-bedroom house with a huge basement, the whole length of the house, on a bunch of land. And this was back in the '90s, and it was 110,000. You know, and I was working in the mortgage business, so I could have got it financed easy. You know, and I wanted to move up there, and I told her, I said, the food isn't bad. I said, it's got a Grand Rapids has a German like descent area. And I said, boy, the Rubens are like to kill you. Like that. So, and I was up there for a week every night before I went to bed. I ate a Reuben. They were that good. I had to order one every night. And that was hotel food. So good they were. That could have also been because I had beer in them, you know.
Oh yeah.
But they were some good.
My birds are looking for my drones. Normally I'd be in the sky. They flying around like, where you at? Oh man. Any word on DJI lately, people?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing new. That hasn't passed or anything. Joe's been talking to all his political buddies.
Yeah.
Well, my political buddies suck.
Where's Dre? Dre in
No,
the chat? Dre, tell us if he knows something.
Dre's lurking. He's lurking somewhere. So from what I've heard, the last thing I heard was that the bill is not the Stefanik's bill is not in the Senate's bill. It got pulled. But
It got pulled.
Tester is doing one. The guy from
My
Dakota.
understanding, they got to the second to come up with something.
Well, the bottom line is this. The aide for Bill Cassidy told me that because of the way they're writing it, there's so much dissension between the House and the Senate. They do not believe that even the defense bill will be passed this session.
Oh, wow.
They're having so much problems between the rewrites. He said it might not be sometime next year. That's what he said. He said, now, I can tell you that, but it could happen all of a sudden.
Right. It can change overnight, especially with
He
them.
said, as of right now, he said, nobody wants to do this. Because there's too many things being added to the bill that they're telling we don't want in the bill. And the House is saying they got to be in the bill. And the Senate said, no, we're not doing it in the bill.
Right.
So it's actually Democrats fighting Democrats. It's Democrats fighting Democrats, and Republicans are fighting them too, because the Republicans are trying to take stuff out the bill, and they've been voting no against it. They've been voting yes, but they want to take some of the stuff out. So it's like
they might as well take that ban bill out of there, man. That's what's causing confusion with the whole thing.
Yeah, Gitchie said that's not her.
What?
She says she only has one picture of graduation from training.
Did somebody Photoshop that there?
That's Gitchy.
Yeah.
He doesn't want anybody to know what she looks like. That's Gitchy.
We ain't gonna come looking for you, Geechee. Well, I can't speak for Joe. Joe loves you.
Yeah, you ain't making that out.
Says Gitchy.
Yeah. Started with an O. Looked like it started with an O.
As a capital G.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, that's not Gitchy.
Yeah, they need to just go and snatch that up out of there, man. It's like we already know. American drone companies, they've been looking for a way to knock DJI out the box ever since they see that they were leading. So it was just a bunch of bull, man. And they slipped it in there, trying to make it work for them. But too many people made noise, especially after Dre made that video. A lot of search and rescue people and government people started making noise. It's sad that it took for him to make that video, but hey, that's what it took, and now they're doing it. So now it's a bigger problem it's a bigger problem for the government than just us in the community. You know what I mean? So it's gonna hold some weight, man. I don't think it's gonna pass, personally. And what I kept telling you, Joe, just wait it out.
And Waypoint saying that his senator told him it never passed the House. It said they're not sure if it made it into the bill. Mine basically said the same thing.
I believe that because I've literally heard somebody say that said they were checking to see the status on it, but it wasn't there. As if
that's what they told me the other day on the phone. He said it didn't pass the House. I said it did pass the House. It says it's passed the House.
Well, they said it.
Yeah, the bill.
Right, they said it, but it wasn't never documented as passing.
Yeah, and Stefanik hasn't been saying my bill's in the Senate and all this was passed and all this. She's quiet about it, so I think it's dead.
Right, she got real quiet. In fact, she stopped hearing it. So I don't think.
I think hers is dead. Doesn't mean everything else is dead.
Yeah. I think we're good, man. I don't think it's gonna pass. Like you say, who was it? Vic Marshall said 172,000 businesses will fall overnight if this bill
Oh, yeah.
passes. So if we're talking 172,000 businesses, you got to ask yourself how many employees are for each business. And then if that happens, you put them on a job, guess whose door we're going to come knocking on? The government. We need some money. Insurance companies are going to get hit hard. It's a lose-lose situation if they pass this bill. They pass that bill, rather. I think we're good.
Yeah, maybe. At least for a while.
If we're not good, they need to drop that Air 3S before it happens.
Well, I'm gonna watch it. Like I said, I don't really plan on buying anything right now. But if they came out with if say it was an Air 4 and because I've flown Johnny's Air 3 and it feels to me almost like a Mavic 3.
Right.
And that's what I like about it. And like I told Johnny, I said this is where my problem is at. I'm like Paul right now. I got the smart controller, the Pro RC Pro.
RC Pro.
I could fly.
Wait. Which one do you have? Because they're actually
I got
those
the
are
second
actually
one.
two different controllers. There's a
Yeah, I
small
got the
controller.
second one.
Okay, you got the
I got
Pro.
I got the newest one. And
You got
that
the Pro.
one, that one will fly my Air 2S, will fly my Mini 3 Pro, fly my Mavic 3. It won't fly an Air 4 or an Air 3.
Different
See, that's where my problem's at. In the Air 3 is nice, but my Air 2, my Air 2S is nice also. And I got one controller that I love the controller. I don't want to have to go to the I like it just the feel of it. I don't mind the other smart controller, the smaller one, because right now I'm flying the Mini 3 with that one because it's easy to carry with me. Like if I go do press work, I just pop it in my little cases. I got the ones that sit on my strap, so I can take the Scotty's cases with me and have the drone and the controller in a case on my chest. I know right where it's at. That's how I keep it. But that means I'd have to do basic. Now the good news is it would probably fit in that case again, but I'd have to go to that one. I'm dropping in nits, so if I'm out in the sun, I got to use something on it, the silicone thing.
Right.
Because the other day, I tell you what, I had that other controller all the way up, and I was having problems seeing it.
I
was actually having problems seeing it. I had to get in the shade.
Yeah. The RC Pro has more. Well, they got the same feature. The drone has the features, but the RC Pro has more access to those features with the buttons. And then the signal is still stronger on the RC Pro than the new controller.
Now the RC2 ought to have a better signal.
It doesn't.
OcuSync 4 should have had a better signal.
Well, no, I can. In fact, I cannot say that it doesn't. I cannot say that it doesn't. They're roughly the same. They're roughly the same.
Yeah.
Because I have all the controllers. I got the ND one, the RC one, the RC2, and RC Pro. So I'd say they're about the same. Yeah, they're about the same. But still, when you grab the drone itself, you feel that you got a drone, and then when you grab that RC2, it feels like, what I'm saying, a toy. I think that mentally bothers us some, because you feel more professional. You feel more professional with that RC Pro in your hand.
Oh, I know. The only reason I bought that RC Pro is because I could fly multiple drones with it, and I thought that it was going to be good for future drones.
Right. They need to go on and upgrade it, because you're not going to put out another RC Pro 2 with all that's going on and think that we're going to buy it. That's not going to happen. Yeah, that's
don't worry about a Pro 2. Just upgrade it to where we can fly it with I can fly it with the 4 or the Air 3.
And they can do it. Yeah, they can do it. Because when the RC Pro first came out, you was able to fly the Mini 2 with it. And then they did the update to it to where uh they did the update to it to OcuSync 3. And once they did
Yep.
that, they took the Mini 2 off of the selection. You could no longer fly your Mini 2 with the RC Pro. So I mean they can do it. All it is just firmware. You know, it might take a minute for it to upload, download all that good stuff, but they can do it.
I think somebody was saying that they were trying it and it was having too many glitches. Something about the processor. But I don't believe that. I think
Yeah.
they figured, we're not selling them like we want to sell them, so let's give them a different option that we will sell more because it's less expensive. And then the ones that have these, it just will give them these. And you can fly a lot of drones with it. But in
Right.
Lon
Well,
was
see,
saying,
yeah, it would make sense for them to do that. If you upgrade, okay, you're not selling them like you sell, like you want to sell them, or how you figured it would.
yeah,
If you put that oh 04 in there, there's gonna be more people. If you put that oh 04 in there and leave the oh 03 in there, there's gonna be more people that wants to buy it. Like you say, for me and you, we could fly our Mini 3 Pro, we could fly Air 2S. You go ahead and add the OcuSync 4 drone, you put that Air 3 on there. People who have them drones are gonna be like, okay, well, this one controller can do it all and it's got more people. They're gonna be enticed to buy it.
right.
But if you put
And,
out a new one, it's over. Ain't nobody, you're
and,
gonna
and
lose money.
the good news is like yesterday I flew the Mavic 3. And when I got back, I got to sync all my stuff to air data, right?
Hmm.
I've got air data now on the
On the Pro.
RC Pro.
All right.
It's on there, and I've got it to where I've got both of them sharing their content,
Okay.
right? So I go to air data on that, and I say sync, and it picks up the flight.
Mhm.
So I don't have to worry about it anymore. It'll pick up the flight. Whereas if I do it with the Avata, I've got to take the phone, hook the phone up to the goggles to sync. It takes a couple minutes to sync. Then I got to hook the phone up to the computer with iTunes, go to shared content flight, copy that one, and upload it.
Right.
Now I've got to do all that. Now with the RC1, the one with the Mini 3 Pro it came out with,
Hmm.
that one, all you do is plug it into the computer and it comes up with internal storage. You go to the flight log and you can copy it straight. So it's all three different things.
Yeah.
But as a 107, I'm required to have my maintenance records and required to have my flights.
Flight
Actually,
data.
maintenance records more than anything.
Yeah.
So that's why all my maintenance records are right here on the phone. You know,
You go.
so it just made it inconvenient for me.
So wait, once you turn 107, you have to record every flight, or you have to record every flight that you're making profit off of.
No, you're supposed to technically have your flight maintenance records. You don't
Mhm.
technically have to have your flights, what you
Okay.
did, but you need to have a log on how many flights you got, what did you do with them, basically what after with the maintenance. And it comes up with air data, come up and pop up different hints saying, hey, you need to check your props, you need to do this, you got to recalibrate and all of this stuff. And then once you do everything, it says maintenance was done. You clear it, you know,
Okay.
so you did the thing. But it's just some things makes it a little harder. And like I said, I haven't had any issues. Like I said, I had one issue and all the time I've been flying. And that was the other day when I kept going in and out of that oak tree, and that big oak tree I was telling you about. I went
Yeah.
back out there and I went flying in and out around it, all around it. And there was a couple laying on the ground on the
Yeah, you
side.
told us the other day.
They were next to each other. And when I came back through about the third time, the guy got up and went, you know. And I wish I'd have had that little duck on there with the bird.
With the finger.
Yeah, I'd have fingered him. I went close and let him see it because he was too big to chase it. I won't worry about that. He would have fell on his ass. And I was flying. I was flying out, coming back anyway. But I was only going for about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
but it was like, care about you, lay back down, you made yourself look bad,
Yeah,
so I
man.
don't care about it. But that
What
was the
can you
only
do?
Ken or Karen I ever ran into. Now yesterday, Johnny they opened the bridge and he put the Avada up real quick. So he's flying behind a boat coming through the bridge, a big yacht coming through.
Mhm.
And there was a woman sitting in the back. And and when Johnny came over, she saw him, got up, turned around, looked at the drone. She went in the cabin. And I said, yeah, she probably out there with somebody she's not supposed to be out there with.
Okay. That ain't where you told your husband you was at.
I know. I told you that story on the treasure chest
Hmm.
with the guy. The woman was having a heart attack. She was having chest pains, had a previous history of a cardiac arrest,
Yeah.
but they got her back. And the guy standing there is walking around, kind of acting kind of antsy. And I'm looking at him, and I'm not talking. I'm worried about her, but I could see something going on with him.
Right.
And I told her, "Have you take?" I told when I was before I even got upstairs because I was working on somebody downstairs. Before I even got up there, I said, "Get me a cardiac history on her," and I said, "Let me know if she's taking a nitro." They came back and said she's taking nitro. I said, "Okay, tell her to take a second nitro. I'm on my way up." Said she has a cardiac history of a code. I said, "Okay, I gotta go." I had to go up. This one was stable. They were fine.
Right.
So I had to go up. So I get up to the top. And I get up there and she's sitting there in a chair. And I told her, sit her in a chair, make her take a second nitro. I get there and she hadn't taken a nitro. So take a second nitro. So she pops it. I'm sitting there and she's saying, well, I kind of feel okay. I said, well, were you feeling okay before that nitro? She goes, yeah, it was getting better. I said, how are you feeling now? She goes, oh, I feel better. Feel a lot better. Nothing hurts. I said, okay, that's good. I said, I had called when I heard she had a code. I had my unit coming. I called East Jeff, had them send a unit because they're right down the street. I had two units pull up. So they come in and they're standing there, and I tell us, okay, your blood pressure's stable, your heart rate's a little crazy. I said, you've been having chest pains, you have a history of a cold. I said, so my suggestion is let them take you to the hospital, get checked out. She goes, no, I don't want to go to the hospital like that. I really don't want to go. I'm feeling better now. And I said, and Jan gets involved. She's one of the paramedics that came up. She says, darling, I think you really need to let us check you out real good, run a strip on you, do the whole work. She goes, no, I think I'm fine and all of this. And I'm getting ready to run a strip on her. I want to make sure I want to see stuff. And she said, no, I'm good. I'm good like that. So I said, well, only way I can even release you right now, you got to tell me you refusing all of this. So I call it in and I told them, stop. I call it in. They said she's refusing, because I got to call medical control now just to be safe, cover my butt.
Right. Cover your
So
yeah.
I'm covering my side. And and medical control says patient did not want to go. I said, patient won't go. So she's telling me she's refusing. He said, document it. He said, go ahead and document all of this. Here's my name and gave me his and said, have her sign it. I did all of that. And she gets up and she's standing there, and this guy comes walking over a little bit closer to her. And now I still don't understand who this guy is, right?
Right.
So, and that's when I was saying that it was supposed to be sailing. We had to sail at a certain time. And I'm outside of the boat. And they're telling me, Unit 80, we need you back on the boat. We got to sail. I said, negative, got a patient. Later, negative, Unit 80, got a patient. I'm out by the cafe.
Mm-hmm.
State police comes out and they said, what's going on? I said, cardiac. And state police drive says, shut it down. You're not driving. You can't, we're not sailing. Because I had to be on the boat.
Right.
They had to have medical on the boat when they go out. So he said, shut it down. And the captain came down and said, what are you talking about? He said, as long as he's here, he said, y'all passed the time, shut it down. We just missed the sail. Good, covered. State police made sure they went out every 45 minutes. They came in for an hour and 45 minutes. They had to go back out. He said, hour and 45 minutes. We start the time again. So she gets up and she says, you're not going to sail? I said, no, we're not sailing right now. She goes, okay, that's good. She goes, I think I'll just gamble a little bit then. And I looked at it and I said, darling, let me explain something to you. I said, I can't make you go to the hospital, but I could keep your ass off my boat.
Okay.
I said to it just like that. I said, you're not getting on the boat. I said, because I'm not going to be out in the middle of Lake Pontchartrain. You have a cardiac and me work you for 30 minutes.
Right.
I said, and then I can't get you back. I said, so my suggestion, you need to get to the hospital some way or another. I said, is this your husband, boyfriend, who is this? I said, this is a friend. Like that. That's when I heard that, right? And then Jan says something to him and says, yeah, I'm not married. I'm the kind of friend. She don't want to, she's out with me tonight and doesn't want anybody to know who she's with.
Oh.
So I said, is anybody, I said, because she had said she was married. She had told me that. I said, you need me to call your husband? No, I'll call him in a minute. So when she got in, she left. The police said, we'll escort you back out to your car, but you got to leave the boat. They told her that you got to leave. So state police took over after I got her to sign everything. So state police walked her out. The guy came with her. Says, yeah, I got to give him a ride back home and all of this and all of this. So they go get to the car and Jan's sitting there. And I said, follow her. I said, you going back to New Orleans. She's going to the Huey Long Bridge. Follow her somewhere. Just see. I said, because I think she's lying to me. Jan says, yeah, she doesn't sound right. She got about 6 blocks down the street and pulled over, so having chest pains.
Oh, damn.
She wound up leaving that car, going to the hospital. And that's when they found out the whole story, that was the boyfriend. And Jan turned around. He said, well, what's going to happen with me? He said, I don't know. The car's here. You're on your own.
Okay.
Jan said, you're on your own. You can't get my unit. So wouldn't let him in and left him there with the car out in the middle of Metairie, Louisiana. And he lived across the river.
Hey, the phone.
All I know is they got her to East Jefferson Hospital. And from that point on, I don't know what happened to her.
What happened when you creeping?
Yeah.
You into something? And
Hey,
then
Lance. Lance says he's having Avada. You know why he's having Avada 2 withdrawals? Because everybody keeps saying aloha and he's thinking it's saying Avada.
What's good, man? He's still down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a couple more days. I think he said to the second.
Oh, nice. Excuse me.
Yep.
Don't look like I'm able to get
he said he got a paid gig for cliff diving. So he must have been flying a drone and somebody paid him to take some video. There you go.
That's sweet. Which drone is he going to use? What drone you going to use, man?
He got the 3, Mavic 3.
Okay. Did he take it with him? I know he took
that's
the
what he
Avata.
got. Hey, he didn't bring the Avada with him.
Oh, he didn't bring it with him. That's a good way not to lose it. You want to go outside?
Yeah, I saw that. That's what I realized there, Waypoint. As soon as you open the air data on RC Pro, it syncs. Yeah, she must have a new boyfriend. I'm looking at Gail Benson. She's the owner of the New Orleans Saints. And her husband died about 3 years ago. And she looks like she's getting a little spruced up for somebody. Mavic 3.
Yeah, I come to find out the only difference between the Mavic 3 and the Air 3 is like 3 different things. Just 3 things.
Yes, like I said, it's not much.
Yeah, ain't much at all.
There's not much in it.
3 different things. Even now, said if I had to make a choice, I'd still get the Air 3. Because one of those three things really don't mean that for it. I would still get the Air 3. But now the Air 3S, from my understanding, they saying they're putting the 1-inch sensor back on there like the Air 2S.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to run with that one. I'm definitely going. That'll be the only time I ever like got rid of a drone to get another drone. Other than that, I keep what I have and get what I'm trying to get what I want next. But anybody who has an Air 3 can tell you, boy, if they can do anything to upgrade that, oh my GG.
What you planning on flying today, there, Paul?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna fly or not.
You got a little secret.
The Indiana Harbor's downbound right now, but I think I got it here recently. Let me look.
What's up, Randy?
Props was good, family.
Yeah, Indiana Harbor, I got it downbound on the 17th of June.
It's upbound now.
And it's downbound now. It's out of ways, but
Yeah. What are you yelling me about?
coming in.
Good
Justin,
morning.
Oh, Paul, you got it on speaker view on YouTube, by the way.
Prism Live Studio.
let me go look.
What's up, Jonathan?
Justin, what's good, family? Yeah.
Not much.
No, it's checked gallery.
Yeah, it's showing. Try clicking the other one and then go back to gallery again. Sometimes that fixes it.
I'm back now.
Look.
Prism Live Studio. That's what your thing shows, Justin.
Oh yeah, I was using the virtual camera yesterday. Never switched to that.
Okay.
Is it all right now?
Yeah, it's fixed now. I just looked at
Because I
it.
checked it. Somebody mentioned it before and I checked it, so
Yeah, if it ever does that to you, just switch to the speaker mode and then back to gallery again. It usually fixes it.
because there's a third choice below that is multi-speaker. What does that mean?
Only one speaker.
I think what that one is if more than one person's talking, it will show more than one person, I think. I'm not entirely sure.
I've never
Is that-
never seen that before.
Yeah, that was one of the things they added when they did the update. Not entirely
Somebody
sure.
tried and see. Hit the
Oh,
button.
I know what that one is. It's so it puts everybody at the bottom of the screen in small boxes, so you can see them. But then whoever's talking, they take up the rest of the screen.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what it is. Kind of like the view it was in a minute
You-
ago, except for you would be able to see everybody at the bottom.
Okay, so I
Lance,
just changed it over
Randy.
to multi.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't look any different to me.
Give it a minute to catch up.
Yeah, it looks the same to me too.
It's the same.
Yeah, I guess I don't know then.
I don't know
Not
either.
sure what that is.
It's switching to whoever's talking. It's switching to whoever speaks at the time. What the little green box is anyway. I don't know.
Oh, that's always done that where it lights up.
It always does that. Okay,
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
just
That's
changed
how we
it
can
back.
tell who's got YouTube running all the time.
I just
because
changed
your
it back
box
to
will let it.
gallery.
That's how we narrow it down, like if somebody leaves YouTube running in the background.
Mhm. What do you want, Papa? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, man. What's up?
Is that one of your favorite kitties?
This is my oldest. Yeah, Big Papa. He's not the biggest, but he's the oldest.
How old would he be?
Oh, he was born. What's this? 20, what is it, 23, 24? He was born all about 6, 7 years ago. And he had a twin sister. And she got hit by a car and he turned into a big old baby ever since. All right, okay. Get off me, man.
Lance is talking about the tag on your hat.
Get off me, man. I like keeping tags on there. Actually, you know what? The tag is on there because I've had this hat for a long time. This is the first time I actually wore it. I like the whole stuff when I first get it, Lance. Like the present Joe sent me. When did you send that to me, Joe?
Oh, a long time ago.
Long time ago. I didn't
Back in
open
like,
it.
had to have been back in what, like January?
That's what I'm thinking, like
Yeah.
January. I didn't
Yeah,
open it
'cause
until my birthday, which was last month. In fact, I found another box a lady had sent me one time. It's crazy. And it's only because I know they will never see this. I had a counselor and we became kind of close to the point where we liked each other, but we knew that she was on one side of the coin and I was on the other. But
Ooh, you broke
yeah,
doctor-patient privileges.
we broke it. We broke it, but we didn't do nothing, right? And the only reason was that it didn't happen is because even though we liked each other, I was stuck with the fact that you're married, so I really can't have you. Yeah, we might can creep off or something, but that's not gonna feel right for me. I'm the type of person I'm dealing with a woman. That woman needs to be where I am. I'm not about to deal with a woman and then you go home to the next man. No, that's just problems
That's how
all in
you
itself.
catch something too.
Right. So she had sent me a box one time, and I'm talking about this box had to be at least 2 years old. And I just opened it for the first
All right,
time
Laura.
yesterday, and she had a nice little letter in there. I never knew it was in there. I'm kind of glad I didn't open it because then I would have pushed the issue, and God
You
don't like
deal
that.
you deal with the wrong man, you might catch a bullet.
Right. And he said, like I say, God don't like ugly.
Yeah, boy, I'll
This
tell you
woman is
that.
married. Yeah, this woman is married, so you're just dead wrong. So I didn't go that route.
Yep. Yeah, because that man is not. He said you're creeping, so I'm gonna creep, so you're not gonna see me.
Mm-hmm.
You
Not
gotta
only
go get
that,
a bow and arrow, shoot you from 100 yards.
not only that, but us as human beings, we believe in God. We know the rules. But we get in certain situations and we figure, don't nobody see us, and nobody human might not see you. And eventually you're gonna pay for that down the road. So yeah.
Yeah, if you go to a restaurant or go to a grocery and the girl gives you like an extra $10 bill or something and you realize it, give it back. Give it back because it's gonna affect her. And I guarantee you down the line, you're gonna have to pay $100 on a tire or something.
Yep, something.
I had a, there was a, when I was at the dollar store, I was talking about that one day. I handed the girl a 20 and she gave me 25 back. But I didn't realize it because I just had her drop it in the bag. You know, sometimes
Bad.
I'll just open the bag up and be like, "Oh, throw it in there."
Right.
You know, and they'll throw the change and the receipt in the bag, and then I'll get it out when I get home. And I got into the house and realized she gave me more change back than what I gave her. I was like, "The fuck?" And so I go back to the dollar store. This girl couldn't count worth a shit. I felt bad for her. Like, yeah, I was watching her with the customer in front of me when I went back. I was
Mm-hmm.
waiting in line to talk to her. And yeah, I don't know what her schooling was, but kind of felt bad she was on a register because she couldn't count where the shit. Took her like 5 minutes to be able to count like $1.50 in quarters or in
Oh my God.
change. It was like
Oh,
dimes and
six quarters.
nickels. I was like, oh my God.
Yep. Quite sure she's not there anymore.
I handed it back to her. I said, you, oh, you
I
need to,
ain't gonna lie. If I go in the store and I give you some money, you give me back the wrong change. That is not my doing. That is your fault. I'm not about to say nothing.
I'll take it back because I've worked retail. I would hate for somebody to get in trouble by accident. Plus, down here, most likely the sheriff would fucking consider you stealing if they actually like
You got, yeah,
called
you
the
got
How
cops.
good
you
sheriff.
how you gonna be stealing? You didn't stick your hand in that register. You gave
The
her the
way
money
they look at it,
before, and she stuck the money in your bag. You never even know that
no,
it happened. They
but
can't
see,
charge
it
you.
would be bad. No, but I'm saying it depends on who the cashier is, right? If she counts it out to you plainly on camera, and
Right.
you know that's not the right change, and then they hand it to you, and you walk out with it. Technically, some
What?
places they probably could get you for stealing.
Okay,
Now,
but
now,
you're gonna have to get her for stealing too, because just like she
now,
counted it wrong, I counted it wrong. And
now, like if you were on camera and she did like with me, she just counted it to herself when she was pulling it out and then threw it in my bag.
and they threw in your bag.
She
Yeah,
didn't count it out to me, so
yeah,
I
they
had no
can't get you
idea.
for stealing for that. Yeah.
But the sheriffs around here are nuts anyway, so I don't know if I would want to do that anyway. Those fuckers are crazy, man. They'll put you all over the internet just for stealing a pack of gum around here.
Y'all a new era area, so to speak. New era area.
Yeah, they'll see somebody blast it all over Facebook and be like, "Have you seen this man? He shoplifted a pack of gum." I'm like, Jesus Christ! Call Crime Stoppers for a $500 reward. Oh my God! Hold on, Laura, give me a second. I'm eating at the moment. I saw your messages in the chat.
I can't see. Hello to everybody in the chat. I can't see the chat. Not ignoring nobody. I stop pulling this up on my laptop so I can see it all.
Laura says she's going live at noon.
Hour and 45 minutes.
Noon our time.
Yeah.
Okay. Noted. Noted. I just start parking.
So Joe, what are you going to do today?
I have no idea. I may go fly. My son's working till 6 tonight. So I'm gonna have time. I'm probably gonna fly. I didn't fly to Nevada at all yesterday when I was out with Johnny. He said, you're not putting Nevada up? I said, too many poles.
Lance said, I've been away from civilization. What's up with the Mavic 4? Well, what happened since you've been gone? Was DJI was banned. Boeing came out with a new drone. It's $10,000.
It's not a Mavic 4, Lance. It's an Air 3S.
Problem with that Boeing drone is that the battery door keeps popping off.
Not my
You sure?
Ain't nothing you can do till I do the recall.
Yeah. Yeah, the battery door keeps popping off.
I wonder if you can put a stuffed animal in a washing machine.
Yeah, well,
Probably.
Probably on really light wash.
Sarah's washed a bunch of the kids' stuffed animals over the years.
I've had this gorilla for all of 20 years.
Put it on delicate. Or hand wash it.
I'm not about to hand wash this thing, man. We're gonna stick him in there and see what happens.
Just put it on delicate though. It won't agitate as much so it doesn't mess it up.
Thing aggravating. Why want to let me do it italic?
Do what?
I'm working on a logo to put on like IG, Instagram. And I'm trying to get my AI Press NOLA where I have the logo of my AI Press AI and NOLA is italics and Press shows up straight. It will not let me do italic.
I heard Justin help you on that one.
Yeah, that's why. Got it. I fixed it. That was
What
simple.
are you trying to do?
I just had to change the font.
Oh. It has to do with editing. Don't fucking ask me.
That you're gonna need done.
I don't do editing. It's not my thing. That's why I was having issues trying to help Tim with that banner. Donald wouldn't have stepped in and helped. I wouldn't have been able to do it for him.
Now that's one thing I love about the Air 3. You really don't need to edit that. That pictures, the footage and all of that thing. You got very good.
Well, guys, I think I'm gonna call it. 10:30.
Sure.
We got 11 people watching, and
It's more than you had before I came in. You only had 8 when
unless you want to continue on, Justin.
Why you
We're
want
good.
to jump off?
Yeah.
It's either too hot, too wet, or too humid to fly, so we might as well hang out.
Yeah, that worked.
If you want to get off, Paul, you can leave, and then we'll shut it down whenever. Bill said yes. Paul, go for a nap, buddy.
Oh, going for some donuts.
Yeah, you won't be on until 12 our time, Laura. Oh, not for a while. I'll shut it down way before then. I think Sarah gets back home at 11 anyway. I have to help her bring food in.
How's she doing?
She's doing all right.
Jonathan somehow was made the host.
Joe
Fine,
did
as
that.
long as he remembers.
Jonathan was on the top
before he
row.
leaves.
Dude, I don't know nothing about being a okay, we gonna fix this right now. Gotta be done.
You just
How do I-
click on me and just say, make me host
Or
Or-
you can
or
make me host.
or make Justin host. Yeah, make Justin host.
Yeah, I'm clicking, but it ain't.
Go down to participants at the bottom
Down at the very
and then
bottom left,
click and then click on one.
Participants.
click on participants on the,
And then
on the
click
big-
on my name and it should say make me host.
I'm the host. Wait a minute, I'm putting foot in everybody. I don't even know how to do it.
Put everybody in jail. Huh?
Here you go, Paul. Start video chat, spotlight for everyone. Make host make. Okay, there we go. Yes. You should have it back, Paul.
Okay, so you want to keep going, Justin?
That's fine.
I should have gave it to Justin.
I can give it to Justin.
See, power does not go to everybody's head.
Hey, you're doing exactly like Lola and them do, Laura. They both use Xbox and PlayStation.
Hey,
Actually,
I
Justin,
think-
you're the host now.
Amber's got a gaming PC, but it's got like a really old ass processor.
I'll
in it.
see all of you again later.
All right, Paul, you be good, man.
Later, Paul.
Don't eat too many donuts.
Yeah.
Well, I say that you're gonna do it anyway.
Bye.
Later.
She's got like an i3 second gen, Laura. That shit's old as hell.
Who the other girl that be with her? The Lola?
Yeah, no, Amber. She has a gaming PC, but it's not that. It's not that up to date. It's kind of like Laura's system. It's definitely aged and needs to be updated.
All right, so Justin,
But
Big Bro feel like you forgot about him, man. Feeling some kind of way. Feeling some kind of way like you won't play with him no more.
I played with him last night.
I know.
He's the one that
Yeah.
left. He went over to play with Jason and them.
Yeah, I had to go over there. He was like, "Ain't nobody want to play with him." I said, "Hey, man, don't act like that. You're just a family now. I gotta cut that out." And he came back over.
Yeah, I sent him a thing last night. But I've sent him friend invites tons of times over the past week and he hadn't answered any of them.
I heard somebody say yesterday they were coming through or something.
That was me. He said that
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't answer some of them. I said there has been a few times here and there where somebody sent me one and I just didn't notice it come up.
Didn't get it. Yeah. Sometimes the signal acting up in different areas that happens.
And if I'm
Yeah.
sitting out sometimes it's because I'm taking a break or I'm doing something. Sometimes I'm not at the computer, so I don't see it. Because I'll get up and I'll walk away and I'll just use my phone to monitor the chat.
In fact, right after you set out that game, I think that's when I fell out. I woke up with this stream being finished.
We ended not too long after that. I was ready to get off the computer and we had kind of a busy evening anyway, so.
Yeah.
Because we went out to dinner, came back, and then we went back out again for a couple hours.
Yeah, I
came
heard
back
you
again.
played Mr. Romantic yesterday.
Yeah, we went to
Hey, brother, to
Olive
Taco
Garden.
Bell.
Oh, whatever. Went to Olive Garden.
Yeah. Took it to the Waffle House.
Sarah would have been happy with the Waffle House, trust me.
I know. No problem.
She's not a picky girl.
You should look at
We've been dealing with 3 kids for the past 16 years.
They were IHOpping later.
She'd be happy with fucking McDonald's 90% of the time.
Hey, don't hate on Mickey D's. They make the best fries.
I do
See,
like
my
McDonald's
ex,
fries.
Nacho Bel Grande would have done it. Would have done the trick.
They don't have Nacho Del Grande anymore.
Yeah, they do. Ask them.
They bring it back.
They got
Didn't
it.
they
It's buried in the menu.
The one that I miss that they used to have was the smothered burrito.
Yeah, they don't have
Remember
that
that
one. I know that.
Yeah, he used to have this like red spicy sauce
Shoot,
of theirs
shoot.
that was
Now I
on
want
it.
a Nacho Bel Grande.
But then after fucking COVID started, fucking Taco Bell was like, we're gonna downsize and get rid of half our fucking menu, and they got
Yeah, a
rid of
lot
all
of
the
people
good
did
shit.
that. Lot of businesses did that.
Yeah, all the
See
good
this hair?
specialty stuff they had was what they got rid of,
Come here.
and
Mhm.
just kept their regular old school
Come
stuff. Oh,
here.
guess what they're selling at the store now?
Come see.
What's that?
The chalupa taco shells.
Drop the chalupa.
I love you.
They those soft
I'm mad at you.
flaky taco shells they use on the chalupas are selling them at
Come on,
Walmart
French.
now.
How many did you buy?
I haven't bought any yet. Sarah said
Don't
she saw
say.
them at the store the other day. I was like, oh fuck, dude. Next time we make tacos, I'm getting those. Those things are so good. You like those, Joe? The chalupa shells?
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, they're starting to sell. Sarah saw them at Walmart the other day. They sell them now. You can buy them.
This long head Chihuahua I got. Look at it. See all this hair?
Look like
It's
you were scratching
summertime.
your nuts.
It's so yeah, right. Summertime. Summertime.
See the gray in that pubic hair?
He caught you, Joe.
Summertime, and her hair's dropping.
Yeah,
I'm
she
getting
Yeah.
shedding.
chunks of black hair
Shedding
everywhere.
sucks.
Yeah, she shedding. Gotta get one of them. One of them.
I got that.
Name.
I got that brush that hooks to the
Yeah,
vacuum. I've
yeah.
got a
Vacuum?
clipping unit. It's got a vacuum unit to it that I could
Mm.
I could just rub it across and it pulls that hair. I put it on the other day. She like to bit the shit out of it. She
Dude, you
turned around
can.
giving me all kind of teeth. Every tooth she had was showing.
Yeah, because the airflow of that gives
Well,
gives you chill. Just get you a regular
Yeah.
animal. Yeah, just get you one of
it's either
these.
that or the sound of the vacuum they don't like.
Mm-hmm.
I use that same one with the clippers, and she don't care. But I put that thing on her. With that thing started that little rake thing. It's the
Mhm.
difference in the brush, because I have brush like that too, but I have another one it never bothered her a bit. My daughter borrowed it. I don't know where it's at.
Don't look at me like that, cat. I did not grab it to brush you. I was just showing somebody something.
Yeah. But if I say, "Come here, I'm gonna brush you," she comes right to me.
Mm-hmm.
She loves the brush. The
Oh
other
yeah,
day I
they love
used the regular hairbrush, and you got to do it backwards. And I brushed it backwards with the hairbrush about maybe 100 strokes, different things. And you ought to, I had a piece of hair this big.
Yeah.
It's like ridiculous. I'd rather just vacuum it off of her.
Dude, you can brush a dog like that sheds really bad, and 20 minutes later, it's like you didn't do anything.
Well, I tell you, I'm about to give her some of that
Shit
hemp,
just
like
keeps
2 or 3
coming off.
pills. And then I'm gonna take them clippers and clip her down to about a ½ inch.
Yeah, you don't take them and get them professionally groomed?
I do it all. I got the machine over here. I do it.
Yeah, I would do
I'm
it.
saying you don't get them, or you don't ever go get their hair cut professionally?
I never do. Never do. I do all the cut.
Yeah, I do it myself too.
What I did Tino the other day, his hair, I was finding mats everywhere.
Glad
That I
I
was
don't
trying
have
to all that undercoat from that. The Pomeranian's got the long hair, but he's got the Maltese undercoat. So that I was getting all the undercoat, the mats out and everything. And then I was finding mats in the other hair that I had to cut out. And it was behind, it was like behind his collar or something. I didn't see him.
Mhm.
So I finally got to the point I said, you're getting the teddy bear look. So I started clipping him down to the teddy bear look again. So I took all the Pomeranian hair off. And Justin walked in. He looked down at Tino and he said, "I don't know if I was the barber, if my barber had done me that, I'd have bit him."
That's
said,
all. I'm glad my 2 dogs, they don't really shed like that. They're really very short haired.
Yeah, so he's got that undercoat now. Since he said that, I mean, as soon as I clipped that down to that undercoat, man, that difference in the way he must feel with the heat. He was spinning around, rubbing around like he just got a bath. That's what it was like. He was happy, and
It's
you see the
like
difference in the
turned
way
on
he's
AC.
acting. You know.
Turn the AC on for him.
Yeah, that's what I did. He loves it. He rolls around now more. And now it's starting to fill out a little bit where the other hair is starting to come back. So I'm actually thinking about taking that clipper and clipping him down again and leaving him just like he is. Because I like him the way he looks. I just got to
Yeah,
get that face trimmed right.
If
Bo's
it's the
outside.
summertime, yeah, that's good. In the wintertime, you gotta let it grow.
Shit, Bo's outside basking in the sun right now, laying out on the cement slab out back. He's just laying out in the sun.
Oh. Hey, Gina.
Now, Bo and Tyson got really, really short hair, so they don't shed too bad. Tyson's got like that wiener dog type hair, really short.
I'm not out of this one yet.
Paul got antsy this morning. He didn't want to be on.
He ain't no donuts. If he'd
Yeah,
had
when
his
it comes,
if he'd had his Boston creams, he'd have been good.
Yeah.
he didn't want
I
to
think
go
he had
live.
one when I first got on this morning.
What
Or
you
he
say,
didn't want to
Justin?
go live or what?
No, he's
No,
just,
he's just
I don't
Yeah,
know if he's
lately
not sleeping enough or what.
he's never slept good. Paul's one of those people that sleeps for a couple hours and he's up for a couple hours, sleeps for a couple hours. And he don't
yeah, one
sleep
of
in
those
his bed.
people.
He's got a brand new, you know, those beds that like lift you up and shit. Those really nice ones that you can like, it's almost turn it into a recliner.
Like
Yeah,
sleep. I know
He's
what you're talking
got,
about.
yeah, sleep number beds. He's got a brand new one
yeah.
in his room. He's never slept in it. He sleeps in the recliner in his living room.
That is the traits of a lonely soul. I know all about it. I know all about it. Like my living room, I ain't going there. Only time I'm in my living room is when I'm coming in or going out the front door.
Pizza time. Pizza time.
I spend most of my time either on the deck or in the kitchen.
Here you go, Jonathan. Pizza time.
What kind of piece is that?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni
Domino's.
sausage.
Pepperoni.
Oh,
Just
Domino's.
Just
pepperoni.
Okay.
sausage? Okay.
I had the sausage yesterday.
I'm sick of pizza, dude. We've had pizza like 4 times in the past week.
Well, I bought this day before yesterday, so I got to get rid of it right now.
I had pizza twice in one day, and we went and Sarah came home for lunch and brought us some pizzas from her work, some little personal pans they had at work.
Mm.
And then we ended up buying pizza that night. I was like, oh. We had pizza a couple days before that. It's just cheap, man. You go to frickin' Hungry Howie's, dude, you can get like 4 or 5 pizzas. Feed everybody for cheaper than it'd be to go to the store and buy something.
I put my avatar on there. I put the lime in the coconut.
You put the lime in the coconut. Whatever they gonna do, they need to come on and get it over with, man. With this thing.
Hoping this money comes in soon so we can get some stuff paid off.
You talking about from the settlement?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should be
I'm
coming
agreeing
in.
to that too.
Should be
We
coming in
friends, right,
Saturday.
Justin? Just in the friend.
She ain't getting that much back.
I just want a sticker, man. That's all. That's all. I ain't greedy. Sticker.
Yeah, I need to go
He,
through my,
he too cheap to send me Sarah sticker. What are you talking about?
that wasn't my fault. I asked Sarah for a week and a half. She kept telling me she was gonna bring envelopes home and she kept forgetting. It wasn't my fault. I have the stickers and I have the stamps. And I kept asking her to bring me some envelopes home from work and she kept saying, "Oh, I'll bring them home." And she kept, for like a week and a half, I kept asking her and she kept forgetting.
Well, don't worry about it. It'll probably never get to me because that letter I mailed my son with his check from the state. It's not even tracking, and I try to put a request in for them to trace it. It says not eligible yet.
System. System.
Is it in an unmarked envelope or does it say it's a state check?
Well, it doesn't say it. It's inside an envelope, and I have a tracking number on it and everything. Nobody scanned it. It's not showing up anywhere.
See, that's why if everybody takes advantage of that free postal service program, the one you signed, I think you signed up for it, Joe, the one that
Yeah,
tells
he
you when
signed
it's
up for
coming.
it too.
'Cause it
It's not
should
showing up on his either.
Yeah. Well, it should show them at least the day before it comes in though.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know my mother uses it.
Yeah, what
Informed
they do is
delivery.
It lets you know what comes in your box, like what's
Yeah,
coming to your box every day.
it's free. It's you sign up for it and then they just scan each piece of mail and you actually get a picture. So you know exactly what it looks like too.
Hmm.
And you get it every morning right before like 8 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning. They send out the emails to everybody.
Yep.
And you know,
I
that
just
way, the one good thing about that is because how many times have you sat around all day waiting for something important to go in the mail and you can't leave until you grab that? And that gives you
yeah.
an idea, at least in the morning time, you'll know, hey, I'm not getting it today, so I can take off and go do what I got to do. Or I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do today because what I thought was coming ain't coming today, you know?
Right. Don't show up and you didn't waste your whole day.
Yeah,
I
some
had that
people just
happen
sit
many
around till
times.
2, 3 in the afternoon waiting for something to come in the mail, and then it turns out it never even came.
Right.
Got a new computer chair coming too, something a little bit more comfortable.
And this humidity. I know I looked at the weather, the humidity was higher than the temperature itself. Sun ain't even beaming yet, and already I feel like my clothes are sticking to me.
Welcome to Georgia.
Welcome to Georgia. I'm thinking the humidity is not good for a drone. I need to check that. I need to do some homework on that.
Ever since I got Sarah's thyroid under control too, she's been losing weight like crazy. Lost like,
Yeah.
she'd say 30 or 40 pounds already, like that, just in like a month
That's
and a half.
fast.
Yeah, well, they think because we kind of trace back, we've kind of figured out when her thyroid issue became an issue, and it
Yeah.
was right. It was before we had Aubrey. It's been that long, and they think that she was having issues trying to lose weight because of that. So, but now that they've got it under control, her body's chemistry is balanced back out. Now she's losing the weight she's been trying to lose for a while. So she's happy. It's making her be more positive. So I was really happy about that the other day. So
Ooh.
Losing all that
Sounds like a
weight can keep you
shopping
on your
spree.
toes now.
Shopping
it already
spree.
does.
Don't worry, Justin. She ain't going nowhere. She loves you.
Oh no, she ain't. Me and Sarah went through kind of a rough spell a few years back, and I'll tell you what, that girl never gave up on me, much as I tried to at the time.
Yeah.
She
I
didn't. She
remember.
would not. That girl fought for me every damn day.
I've been in that situation before. Cause
Because there was about a year's time where we weren't really together, but we weren't like legally separated. I actually had my own apartment, but she came by and and pretty much ended up living with me about 70% of the time I was there. So
yeah.
she made a point to come over every single day, just about. So
You know what she wants to be? You don't need to fight. Listen, you got a situation like that, man. You got to hold on, and it'll take you to be in a position that you don't need to be in order to realize that. Yeah, you don't want to lose it to realize that you shouldn't have lost it. And then you end up like me and Paul and Joe by ourselves.
Big for yourself.
By ourselves. Okay, Mr. Creeper. By ourselves. I mean, yeah, I mean, no, we have friends here and there, but it's different than having someone, you know what I'm saying, that's literally your other half, so to speak.
Well, I miss those days.
Yeah, I salute people. I salute people like Sarah and Justin and David and Lil Llama, and yeah, that's it's just a beautiful scenery in itself.
And then I get around the ex with when I'm around the granddaughter that goes over at the
Yeah.
house a couple of weeks ago. And I'm sitting there for 2 hours, sitting next to her, and it was like it seemed like nothing had changed, just the way we were sitting there. And then
Right.
I listened to her what she believes in now, and what I believe in now, and I'm thinking, Lord help me, I'm glad I'm not there. Yeah.
Well, that might not have been what it was had you still been there the entire time. The fact that y'all separated, y'all took different paths.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's mm,
I'll tell you
mm.
what, though, my one marriage has outlasted 3 of my dad's put together out of the 4 times he's been married.
How
3 of
many
his
years?
marriages, so we've been together 17. But that's the thing is like my dad's longest marriage out of his first 3 was 9 years. The other one was like 4 years. And then the
Well, I
other one
was
was my actual mom was like less than a year and a half.
yeah, I was 7 the first time, and the second time was 14.
My dad's been married, he's on his 4th marriage now. And then when he asked me to be in his 3rd marriage, I told him no, and he got pissed off. And I said, "Well, you think after the 3rd time, it wouldn't, your vows wouldn't really mean any jack shit anymore." I was like, "You just keep getting remarried every like 10 years is fucking stupid."
He likes wedding food.
Yes, I don't know.
He likes to have a reception.
I'll tell you what, no, none of the 3 before the 4th one ever took him to the cleaners, though. I'll tell you that. None of them ever got anything out of him. He didn't lose anything. He kept his house through all 3 of them because the my mom left when I was a baby. I didn't see her again until I was like 12. She just took off and disappeared for like 12 years, and I didn't see her again until I was like 12 or 13. Um, and then my dad's other 2 wives, they didn't get anything because most of what he owned he had before them, so they weren't really entitled to it. His business and his house. He owned that before. And your friggin' avatar looks like it's having a stroke, Joe.
I'm feeding the dog something. I didn't realize I was doing all that.
You can actually freeze it so it doesn't move. There's a way of freezing it.
That's kind of funny.
I think if you turn the video off, maybe. It freezes?
No,
There's a way of freezing it. I remember, I just can't think. Hold on.
it's probably on there somewhere.
It will
I'm
only
turning,
move the mouth.
I'm turning around and everything. Yeah. I wish I'd have seen it.
What is it?
It's kind of funny. Everybody call 911 for Joe. Call now.
I don't remember how you actually freeze it like that though.
I don't see it. That's better. I'm not giving you anything else. I just gave you something. Go away, or I'm gonna sell you. Go. I'm not even gonna sell you. I'm just gonna put you outside.
Oh, that's fucked up, Donald. No, she was a drug addict. That was the problem. She was on drugs really bad. My dad used to buy me Christmas gifts every year too and tell me they were from my mom. Found that out when I got older. So I remember getting gifts from her every year, and then when I was older, he said, "Oh, I used to buy those for you and just told you they were from her, so you didn't feel that bad." Nah, but when I became like a teenager, that's when my dad became a fucking asshole. That's when he got my first stepmom, she treated me very well. Like I treated me better than her own kids. You would have thought she was my mom. And I still talk to her to this day. The second wife, she was all about her kids, didn't want nothing to do with me. And when I was like 14, I ended up moving in with my mom because my dad didn't want me at his house no more. And then he did the same thing when he got with this other girl. He cut me and his grandkids off. But he got with the other one, the fourth one. Yeah, Donald. He has this, and then he adopted my two sisters from his third marriage. So technically, they're legally my sisters now, and I don't have no problems with them. We still talk to them occasionally on Facebook. Um, but he even stopped talking to them after he got with his fourth wife. It's like a fucking pattern with him. He does the same thing every time he gets remarried. He cuts everybody off from a previous marriage. Yeah, he won't talk to. And then Kelsey tried to reach out to him about, oh, it was about 8 months ago, maybe 9 months ago, and he didn't want to talk to her, and she was really upset about that. She said, "I know you don't want to talk to my parents and stuff." She's like, "But you can at least talk to me. I'm your granddaughter." He didn't want nothing to do with her. Such a prick, man. Oh God, Donald, hell no. I'll tell hell if you come to Missouri, I'll swaddle you and cuddle you while we watch cartoons. No. Ugh. What, your headphones die? No, you're not. You're muted.
Yeah, I had to switch them. It muted when I did that. Yeah,
Did your phone just say piss off,
it
Jonathan?
said ready for takeoff.
Oh, I thought it said piss off. I was like, what the fuck?
That's fun. Why are you so clingy? Loki getting all clingy with me again.
Oh my God, that's just creepy, Donald.
Well, hell yeah. Yeah, Lance put out a video with cliff diving, right?
Uh-huh.
You got guys and girls in bikinis. Not the guys, the girls in bikinis jumping off the cliff.
Who filmed that?
35-foot cliff jumping.
Lance, I think you said Lance.
Lance.
Not too, it's pretty high.
The guy doing backflips, everything.
Definitely high enough. You better be careful where you land in that water.
Yeah, you better do backflip. You better land with your feet.
You better know where you're landing. Because you're going to go at least 12 feet into the water when you hit it. From that height.
Yeah, my last when I was in Hawaii, the last year I was there, I used to go down to an area called Hawaii Kai. And it was a subdivision, and they did the symphony run out there. And I was in the symphony run every year. So I went out there the last year and I said, I'm gonna train and pick my speed up. I want to learn this course and get my speed up to where I can keep up or run a better time. I want to be in the top like percent, you know. So I used to go out there every day and run this course in time. I do sprints and timing between
Donald.
certain areas because it was a 6.6 run. So I'd get up there and I'd time 3 miles and I was getting 3 miles in about 17 minutes. I said I got to pick up the speed. So I'd pick this up and then I sprint certain areas and know what I could run them in. So then I knew I just had to maintain my speed. But when I do this at lunchtime in the Marine Corps. So I'd go down, I'd have the Marine Corps van with me. I'd be picking up stuff. And 3 days a week I did this. I went out, I'd get in the van, change into my PT gear, go run, and then I'd come out to where I was. It was a cliff. It was about 20 foot into the water. I'd jump off the cliff into the water and I'd kind of wash myself off that way, get back on, dry myself off, put my uniform back on, go back to work. And I did that 3 days a week for almost a year. And when I got out there and ran that course, it was like night and day because I knew it so well. But it was so much fun just to jump off that cliff into that water. And one day I jumped off the cliff, and as I'm coming down, there's a boat there. I said, "Oh Lord!" And I came in right next to the boat.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah, I didn't look. I almost jumped right on a boat, but I didn't look till I jumped. You know, because there was never anything there. It was just wide open water.
Definitely got to know your what's under that water before you jump off of it. Like I said, if it's like super shallow or there's like,
No, yeah,
original
that area
rocks
was
down at the
about
bottom.
40 feet, about 40 feet of water.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, that
A
was
lot of
kind of
people.
goofy because yeah, right down about a mile from there is Sharks Cove. It's full of sharks.
Like I said, if you jump off a 30, 40-foot cliff, dude, you're gonna go at least 12 feet into the water.
Oh yeah,
If you hit feet first, you're gonna go at least 12 foot down into that water. You better hope that water's at least 18 foot or deeper. Just for safety reasons, just in case.
yeah. I didn't realize how many sharks were in that area until a friend of mine had me go down to Sharks Cove with him, and we went down there and got lobsters. And
Why
then
a
we
lot
saw
of
all the sharks in the water. I said, "Oh Lord, I've been swimming in there."
That's why a lot of the pools that are, got the deep diving boards on them, the deep dives or whatever they call
Yeah,
them. Usually they're minimum 18 feet on that deep end. I remember the very first time I figured out how to dive correctly. I was like, shit, this is easy. It really wasn't that hard. Just have to throw your fucking legs up over your head. That's rock around 15 feet high. The creek below was. Oh, dude, you were asking for trouble there. Ugh, I don't know, Donald. Maybe if you were a little kid, that might be enough. I don't know. A full grown ass adult, though. Might hurt you. Might end up hurting something. He's saying he used to jump off of 15. It was around 15 foot high, but the water was only 3.5, 4 feet deep. So you might get
What?
away with that as a small child, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Grown ass adult doing
that's
that,
dangerous.
you're probably gonna end up breaking a leg or something coming straight down in that water.
Coming close to breaking something.
Wait.
That's not. That's not that.
Wait. 15 feet high, jumping in 3 feet of water. Donald, tell him no.
3.5, 4 foot water.
No, sir. That's not gonna happen. You've been in crushed damn
Well,
near
like
every
I
bone
said,
in your body.
if it was a really small child, that's probably might be enough water, but not a full grown ass adult. No, definitely.
15 feet high, 3.5 feet of water. Do the math. That's not correct. You might have thought it was that, but no.
I don't know. I would have never jumped off if it was that shallow. If it was maybe about 8 foot from that height, yeah, that might be enough water.
Yeah, but 3.5, no. The time
Well,
in the
if you were a small
three and a
child, 8
half feet,
foot
the
would be
time you
plenty.
hit the water, you would hit the bottom or whatever that was.
If you were a small child, 8 foot wouldn't be that bad. That would
No,
be
I'm talking about
plenty.
3.5 feet.
If you're a full grown adult, if you're doing a cannonball, 8 feet would be plenty, but going straight down with your legs, you might cut through 8 foot of water at that height.
You coming down with G-force from 15 feet
He's
high.
claiming he did it when he was 13 or so. Said never head first. Maybe they were doing cannonballs into it. That might have been, I don't know. Because that would displace a lot of, like I said, it depends on weight too. You know, weight and displacement. Are you doing belly flops into that water? Are you doing cannonballs? You sure as shit ain't gonna dive into it being that shallow. You'd definitely be smacking your head on the bottom.
Yeah.
You have more control if you're diving into it than you have going cannonball.
David,
Yeah,
what's
but
good,
I'm talking
friend?
about, he's talking about the water's only 3.5, 4 foot deep. That's not that deep.
Yeah, but you
That's
definitely
less
don't
than,
want to cannonballing into
that's
that.
less than Laura's height.
Exactly. You definitely don't want to cannonball into that because if you're going leg first, you've got the full weight of your body going straight in.
Yeah,
It's
but
gonna take you
cannonballs,
quite
when
far
you
way
tuck
down.
into a ball though, like that would displace more of your, you wouldn't
Well,
be
that's the
going,
point. You're displacing a lot of the water, so there ain't much water to stop you going further down. You're going to hurt yourself.
Right, you gonna shatter every bone in your body, man. Jumping 3.5 feet of water from 15
like
feet.
I said, and where Lance was saying, jumping from 35-foot cliff, dude, you're gonna cut through at least 12 foot of water before you
Yeah.
start to
Well,
stop.
Yeah, easy.
remember
You're
the
going
old
at least
saying,
18
what
foot
was
or
the last
deeper.
thing that went through his head? His ass. Yeah, that's exactly what will be happening.
No.
Kids at that age don't really care or think though, neither. So it doesn't surprise me if they actually did do that. I don't know, and it's possible. Donald, I
No,
don't know when's the last time he's been there, but it is possible you don't have
Donald, listen. Donald,
depth correct. I don't know.
I got love for you, friendly, but you thought that's what it was. That ain't 3.5 feet
You
or
remember
15
when
feet up. You
something looked really big to you when you were small, and then all of a sudden you went and looked back at it when you were an adult, and you're like, "This shit is time." Or it looked big to you when you were a kid.
right, because you were so small, and then you go back and look at it and be like, man, that thing wasn't that big.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
tiny.
Right. Laura's comment on chat. What does it say?
It looked
don't
like
know.
fit.
Well,
Yes,
F you, Justin. I may be short,
Oh
but
Lord.
that's not my fault. My mum forgot to put me in a grow bag.
Why is that thing upside down?
I'm not sure a grow bag would have been enough for you, Laura.
Well, I didn't know if you knew
Yeah.
how much 3 or 4 feet was, because I don't know if you guys use the feet measurement over there, but
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Laura's 4 foot none.
4
I was
foot
gonna
none.
say
Oh,
that
she's
gives you an
5'3".
idea how high it would have been, or deep it would have been.
Yeah, Laura's
than
5'3", by the way.
Yeah, so
These
less
pictures.
than Laura's height is shallow.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, how you doing?
Put it
No,
there. How tall are you, David?
me, 5'9".
You're 5'9". Okay, 5'9" or 5'9". Okay, imagine jumping from 15 feet, right?
That's 3
To
times my height, yeah.
yeah, to let's say where your calf is,
Wait,
right above your knee,
isn't that the rule you're supposed to do 3
or
times
your
your
waist
height
level.
with water? Something
Oh,
like
Yeah,
yeah,
that.
something
If you're
like that.
jumping into water, it's like 3 times your height or something. That's what you're supposed to have.
If
Oh,
anybody actually wants to go diving,
twice your height.
there's a nice swimming pool in Basildon. Although you have to book in advance and you have to do some very serious training to go there.
You got to book in advance to go to the pool.
Now, this one, it's where they do all the movie scenes, you know, in the deep water when cars go into water and stuff.
He's calling
Yeah.
it a pool, but it's not a pool, it's an inlet.
No, it's actually on an industrial estate, but they record all the films where they underwater and stuff in there. I think they said it was something like 30, 40 meters down. Put it this way, if they went any lower, they'd be in the gates of hell.
Yeah, that's over here. That's not a pool. We call a pool basically is for the public, for the mainly for adults. Adults would take our children in the summertime. One end of the pool might start off at what 2, 3 feet, and the other end of the pool, well, depending on I guess where you are, who you
Usually
are,
it's like 5.5 to 8 foot, depending on the
yeah,
pool.
about 8 feet.
Some
And
pool deep ends are only 5.5. Some can be as deep as 8. Some can be as deep as 12. It just depends on what kind of pool it is.
right, and then on the side of that, they'll have another little pool,
A lot of pools
for
they
little
don't go.
children. Yeah, they have a side pool for little children where they really can't drown because the water don't go no higher than their ankles.
Yeah, well, a lot of places don't have really deep pools anymore because of, you know,
Right.
liability reasons. A lot of them don't go past 6 foot anymore. And then
Right.
a lot of places don't have diving boards anymore because of that as
Yeah,
well.
they took. Yeah, I noticed that a
Been
long
sued so
time
many
ago.
times.
Yeah. Well, this pool, you'll have seen it in some of these films. Because I'm sure you'll have seen some of these films. James Bond, Tomorrow's Never Dies. Harry Potter, The Prisoner of Azkaban. The Angel Has Fallen. Alice in Wonderland. Bourne Supremacy. Thunderbirds. Train Spotting. Trance. And 47 meters down.
I've seen probably 6 of those.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm trying to put all the images together in my brain from Zach pool he's speaking of.
I can't even after seeing those movies, I can't think of a scene where they were in a pool though.
Don,
I'd have
help
to go
us out,
back and
Don.
watch it.
Donald, this is what we need you right here. What pools he talking about? He just listed all the movies and pools was in.
It's in Basildon. No. It's only down the road from us.
That's why they come up with the name of the 40 meters down movie. They were like, what are we going to call this movie? Well, the pool's 40 meters. Well, we'll call it 40 meters down.
Hey, Justin, I sent you a little short.
Uh-huh.
You got to watch it to the end.
Alright, give me a minute. Gotta clean
Uh,
my
It's only
this thing-
12 meters
mess.
by 9 meters long.
I sent it to you too, Jonathan. You got to see it.
I just plugged my phone up. I came back on the deck with my Bluetooth in my ear. On
I
the
mean,
map.
it's funny, but it gets funnier right at the end. It's an old but no moment.
The old button.
It was an old shit button. That's what it is
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
Hey, it's two guys in a boat fishing, and this other boat pulls up to them, and they're sleeping in the boat. It's a little flatboat. When the guy wakes up, wait till you see what crawls out from underneath him.
Oh Lord.
It's a, oh hell no.
Jesus Christ, this is a hell of a list.
Yeah, fucking just chilling in the boat with him.
Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah.
That kind of wake your ass up there.
Make you wanna not go back to sleep.
Oh, I'm laying there sound
Like,
asleep in the boat.
he's like, I'll just come up here and take a little nappy nap with you.
That's what he did.
Just want a little
That kind
cuddles.
of damn. I'm surprised he didn't jump out the boat.
The best thing that dude did was just remain calm like that and chase him out of the boat.
I just
Freaking the
wanna
fuck out
cuddle.
wouldn't have been a good thing to do.
Right. So
That's-
Probably the
That's
best
hilarious.
reaction somebody could have had though, right there. As far as
Hey,
safety
Paul's chair.
reasons.
I've watched this thing about 15 times. Still make me laugh. The look on his face when he looked at it.
That's
He
the
told
thing,
guys,
is like
come over here again. I'll slap
crocodiles.
the hell out of
The thing is like crocodiles aren't really. I don't want to say they're not aggressive, but if you, as most humans can kind of run at them, and they'll kind of back off from you. They'd rather run into the water and get away from you than sit and really.
Let's
fuck
be
with you.
honest.
Like I said, they're not really
Anybody,
hunters.
any
They're
human, right? Any human that's running at a crocodile, right? You need to back away from. So the crocodile's probably going, "What the fuck's this nutter doing?"
Well, like I said, it's crocodiles really aren't like hunting predators, right? They're opportunist eaters. So if a bird, damages its wings and falls in the water or something
Yeah.
like that, right? They're gonna take whatever they can get. That's
misery.
They're
Yeah,
going
well, a
for
lot of
easy
them
pick-
sit with a mouth open, hoping the food just walks in.
Not
Ooh,
to say an
what's in
alligator
here?
won't
Yeah.
try to attack somebody at some point, because that does happen. But they're gonna take whatever the easiest way of getting food is. If you know what I'm saying. Like if you're throwing food in the water, they're gonna take that versus trying to attack somebody to eat.
Tell you what, it'd be a scary day when one of them goes through the drive-thru at McDonald's.
Crocodiles aren't really as aggressive as people think they are.
Yeah, it's alligators that are more aggressive.
There's been plenty of times where people actually caimans, they call caimans. They look
Yeah.
like alligators and crocodiles. Those fuckers are aggressive.
Be right back. I'm going to put my.
And there was one guy on Joe Rogan's one day, and he was talking about this camping trip he went on, right?
Those are the
Like,
short
yeah.
versions, right?
He was like over in Africa or somewhere, and he was like on some kind of safari thing. And he's like, yeah, so we set up next to this, like, this lake or whatever. And he goes, we set up our camp, made our campfire. He's like, we popped our tents up. And he goes, about 1 o'clock in the morning, we hear a bunch of rustling. He goes, I open up my tent door and I flash the flashlight out the tent door, and there's about 20 caimans sitting around their fucking tent. I was like, oh hell no.
Oh,
Because those are the ones that will actually chase after you. They're very aggressive.
what they out there?
It was just the way he described the story. Oh man, that sounded creepy as shit.
Yeah,
He's
it was
like, I'm
about
sitting
20
there.
of
He's
them.
like,
Something drew them to that area.
he said, all I could see was red, reflective eyes everywhere with my flashlight. And he goes, when we realized there was just caimans all around that. I think they're called caimans, right? I think is what they're called. They're the really aggressive ones. Desk is so dusty all the damn time. Give Kelsey my computer chair I have in here. Let me see if I can find that clip when he was explaining it, because the way he told the story, it sounded scary as shit. Might have been the Amazon. I'm not sure. I can't remember offhand.
So what the like?
Pretty sure it was Joe Rogan. Might have been.
Trying to find the video.
Yeah, today is gonna be a good day to fly. I might have to go fly.
Looks free. I don't even know who that is, Donald. I don't think. Let me look.
What's your humidity study, Joe?
Don't know. Hold on a minute.
Take a look at that. I know mine's as high as hell.
%71%.
Mm. That's that stick to your skin.
What's up, Joe? Okay, yeah, I know who he is now. I've seen a few of his. Yeah, that might have been him. Find that particular clip though. Fuck, there's like 6 hours. 7 hours. I'm gonna have to comb through that. Like 7 hours of footage for that. Wait, hold on. This might be it here.
Hello, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. That's an old ass picture.
My neighbor just called me. The one I sold my mini tutu,
Castle
Yeah.
Rock
and
Creek, Joplin, Missouri.
he said he said his friend just came to his house and he wanted to come fly. I said, fly what? I said, what kind of drone he got? He said, I don't know. I said, what you mean you don't know? I said, he's there with you. What kind of drone he got? He said, I don't know. Let me put him on the phone. He got on the phone. He said, hey. I said, hey, how you doing, man? I said, you said you got a drone? You want to fly? He said, yeah. I said, what you fly? He said, I got the Mavic 3 Enterprise. Okay. So I'm about to let him come and get a flight deck. We're gonna fly, put the pictures. They give me something to put on the channel later. Hello. Y'all must be gone. Must be muted. Frozen? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if y'all can hear me. I can't hear y'all. But I get with you guys later. Much love. Everybody be safe. Joe, be careful in the sky, man. You know how you is. Don't
Yeah, I'm gonna go fly in a few minutes too. I think I'm gonna jump off. Because if I leave now, I can catch that train. They got a train coming. Might be able to go get. Yeah. So I'll see y'all later today. I'm gonna jump off too.
Alright. Catch y'all later. Paul's got control again, so.
And then there was just 3 of us.
Well, 2 of us, because Paul left again.
Yeah, he took Holt back and then left. So you can't end it. I'm getting ready for football. Laura's about to. Well, I think she's going live at 5. I think she said. She's in half an hour. She set up the thing. Oh, and here comes Mr.
What's up,
Fancy
Dre?
Dressed Man. Hey, Dre. You can't hear you, Mike. Dre.
How about now?
That's better.
You always hit the right button, it always works.
That's a hell of a setup you've got there.
What's that?
Your setup you've got there. How you got it all set out. It's really good.
Oh, okay. Justin, what's wrong with your picture? Or are you just extra ugly today?
What?
all I
Oh
see is.
no, I was using Prism yesterday and I just haven't changed it back.
Oh, okay.
I was using that virtual camera yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, you play. That's right. You did your gaming thing last night, Fortnite, whatever.
Yeah, but I was using it on Paul's channel yesterday because me and Laura were messing around in the game and everybody wanted to see what we were doing.
Oh, okay. Hey, why did don't you and Jason play together?
Sometimes, yeah, not all the
Okay,
time.
Cause I know he went live about the same time you were live last night.
He goes live every night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does a gaming live damn near every single night.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I saw yours and I
A
think
bunch of people were live last night. It was me, Jason, Tim was live. There was
Laura
Amber.
tried.
Yeah, and then Sean went live for about 11 minutes and then he ended it.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Laura's going live in half an hour. She's already set up.
Hmm.
She's going through the Xbox so she can have Zoom.
Now, when you guys do it through your consoles, I heard David just say that Laura's going to be using Zoom through her Xbox.
Yeah, she's got a card catcher.
Oh, okay. They
capture
have that.
card.
You have to use that.
Okay, so that's attached to the console also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then she'll just use that to show it through Zoom, kind of like a virtual camera
Oh,
in a
okay.
way.
Yeah.
Because for your video, you can pull it. It will come up as a capture card
Oh.
on a video input.
So she can't have anybody join her that shows the game while she's playing.
No, it will just show the game on her box.
Hmm.
So
Kinda
her
like-
camera will be her game.
Right.
You can still join a Zoom and talk and everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot who. I think it was yours, Justin. It had like I didn't recognize the voices, but there's a lot of giggling going on.
It was
is-
probably Lola.
Okay,
yeah, Lola,
yeah.
remember.
yeah,
There
because I
was
said
Lola.
it didn't sound like Laura. So I'm like, who is this? It sounded like it had a British accent, but I said it didn't sound like
Yeah.
Laura.
Yeah, it's Lola and Amber.
Oh, okay.
They're
Yeah, we
British.
met Lola and Amber about a month or so ago.
Yeah.
Through Epic, through Fortnite, and we've just been playing them with them ever since. So, Lola does, and then April was also on my stream last night. Sean's wife.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably who I said I'm watching the game and I see, it's your channel, but I'm not recognizing none of the people, the voices. I'm like, maybe somebody don't stole Justin's channel or something. I don't know.
It was me, Sean, his wife April, and Lola. And
Oh,
then
okay.
they had Lola was talking to their daughter Jeannie for a little while because she has some autism, I think.
Hmm.
I think that's what his daughter has.
Yeah.
And so they were letting Lola
Yeah, and I
was
think
talking to
Lola
her
and
about
Amber were a
playing
little
again.
worse for the wear, weren't they? After their stream.
Well, they had a drinking challenge stream
Oh, okay.
last night, and
Hey,
they were pretty
DJ.
toasted.
Who else?
DJ.
I think Jonathan had just checked out when I was just turned you guys on. Then I think Joe just bounced out.
Yeah.
So I think Lance is still here. Don is, I guess, out playing handyman, trying to build some stairs.
Yep. Thought his deck was finished. I guess not.
Didn't anybody into the Formula One?
Oh yeah, that's why they ain't on here earlier.
Did you
Oh, yeah,
see?
Dre
Did you
loves
see?
Great finish.
Yeah, you see what Verstappen did?
Well, this is why I always tell people, see, when you're on top of the game, you tend to be, I say, more professional. Now Max is getting pressured. Now the old Max is stepping out again.
Yeah.
So this is the mess he was doing when he was trying to bump Hamilton off.
Yeah.
Doing double moves in the braking zone and all this kind of stuff. And that's what he did today. He did a double move in the braking zone at turn one and caused that accident and stuff. I'm like, no, dude, that's been his reputation. Everybody's talking about, well, he'll be better. Yeah, they always better I said, like, they talk about Hamilton, when he's winning all the championship, he said, well, he's got the best car, he's out front. Well, Max has had the best car for the last 3 years and he's won. That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
But now that everybody's starting to catch up again, now you got a different story.
Seems like people in racing are always very, very, very cocky. Cause that's,
Well-
that's a bad thing in NASCAR too. You get a, oh my
Well,
God, there are some really.
The thing is,
cocky
though,
drivers
today
in
he
NASCAR.
was actually racing his best mate, and you know
Mhm.
the move he did, the turning in left when he
Yeah.
was supposed to turn right, was so
Mhm.
stupid because if he'd have caught him at a different angle, he could have sent Norris spinning and flipping and
Right.
could have seriously hurt him.
Right. Anything could happen. Like I say, it was a contentious race from top to bottom. There was a lot of battles going on, as always between Gasly and Ocon. They're always fighting, and they're teammates and stuff. And then you never know what's going to happen between who else was going back at the Haas team.
Yeah.
Between them two, you never know what's going to happen because they were battling. But I don't know if they were battling or were they using each other to the advantage to get them up to where they finished. But if that was the case, smart move on them. Great teammanship because they came from down to, I would say, the bottom half of the lineup, and they finished what, 8th and 9th or 7th and 8th, something like that. Yeah,
Up Luigi.
that was a great effort on their part and stuff. So I don't know what was the whole deal with, but early on, everybody was saying, "Oh, you never know what's going to happen. Somebody's going to, cause an accident here." But they fought their way up and they maintain it.
Yeah, well, I still think it was a bit stupid giving Verstappen a 10-second penalty that meant absolutely jack crap because it weren't.
Well,
it's not like it moved him down the grid or anything.
No, that was because the Haas team was so far back.
Yeah.
Anyway, like
Do they
I said,
do points like NASCAR does though? Would that take points off of them or no?
No. What it is, the top 10 finishers get the championship or team championship points, both for the driver and for the team. If you finish outside the top 10, you don't get diddly. Okay. So that's why I say it's always a battle to want to finish top 10. Just like I wish they'd give points out in qualifying. The sprint race can be, it's nice every once in a while, but I think it's a waste of too much of a risk, I should say, a risk on the drivers and the cars with the sprint race. I'd rather them give out extra points in qualifying. So that way people are a little more on edge doing qualifying, because right after the sprint race yesterday, they did qualifying, hour or two afterwards? So if you damage your car in the sprint race part, then you're screwed in qualifying.
Yeah.
Because you can't make any adjustments to the car or repairs between the sprint race and qualifying. So you're just screwed. And like I say, the whole thing is about qualifying for Sunday's race.
Yeah.
The sprint race, I think, is just an added entertainment value. I don't think it adds anything to the sport overall. I think it's just pure entertainment for the fans and everything else. But just call me old school on that. That might just be my old way of
Or maybe having a sprint race after the race.
Well, I don't know. Either way, it doesn't make any. It doesn't, to me. It does not do any justice to what the effort is in the overall sport. That's just my thing. You come there to see the big race. You already got three practice sessions normally, but now you take away a practice session or two, and you add the sprint racing. So you get one practice session, a sprint race, qualifying, and then a big race.
Yeah.
So like I say, it puts all the teams on their back foot is prepping the car for the big race on Sunday, because you lose out on two practice sessions on between Friday and Saturday. So I don't know. That's just my view.
Didn't know you watched Formula One, David.
Well, he wouldn't be English if he didn't.
I stopped watching it for a few years after the Verstappen Hamilton fixing scandal in the last race. That pissed me off so much. Yeah,
that was a poor decision on the director at the time and stuff. And then
somebody got caught fixing races.
Well, it wasn't that. It's, like I said, when you have people interpreting the rules on the spot, that's when you get in trouble.
Yeah,
and that's what it came out to be, that the race director at the time made a decision on his own, didn't even go to the stewards, anybody. He made the call on his own to basically, in the long run, change the results of the race with 2 laps, 2-3 laps left
Yeah.
in the race. And I'm like, no, dude, every race before that, when you have a full my mind's having a brain fart now. When you have a wreck, what happened? We had a wreck, they brought out the pace car. That's not the name of it, but that's a U.S. term.
Safety
Pace
car.
car. Safety car. Thank you, David. Safety car. And usually you let the people, the stragglers, or the people who've been lapped, you let them come to the field to unlap themselves so you can bring the whole field back together again. Okay? Instead of them being consistent with that rule, they didn't do it. They I forget what it was. They let everybody through this time, but other races they didn't. So Hamilton at the time had about a gap of about, I think it was about at least 6 or 7 seconds on Verstappen. There were about at least 3 or 4 cars that were in the way. And what they did, Justin, they let those 3 or 4 cars between Hamilton and Verstappen go through, but didn't let the rest of the field go through.
Yeah. So they were able to pull up behind Hamilton.
Right.
And
so
then, because
right.
Hamilton wasn't expecting it.
Right. So Verstappen doing all this was able, which is a smart move. I give Red Bull the smart move that they put Verstappen in the pits, put him on fresh tires, sitting back out, and he maintained his second position spot. But now, because those other cars were allowed to go by past Hamilton to get to the rear of the pack, now you got Verstappen up against him on brand new tires. But they didn't do this at any other race like this all season long. So you're not being consistent. You're making an interpretation inconsistent of what your past practices were. And that's why I said that's what made it, like I said, a real ugly finish.
Yeah, that's why I stopped watching Laura's channel, David, because of Llama Gate a couple years ago.
What's the twin animal? The llama and the
Alpaca.
Alpaca. Yeah, the alpaca incident.
Yeah. The famous alpaca incident.
Yeah, the famous alpaca incident. It got pretty ugly. A lot of racial overturns in that one.
Yeah.
Hello, Dre.
Hey, Paul, how you doing? You just get back from flying?
Yeah,
Okay, how'd it go?
I went okay. It's a little bit dark and cloudy, but it's every time I get a chance to fly, I fly.
Okay, well, that's a good attitude.
It keeps an old man in sorts of knowing what he's doing, because I find that every day my mind is fading a little bit.
Yeah, well, Joe, I have joined that club myself. I just had a senior moment right before you sat down. I couldn't distinguish safety car and pace car. And I just got through watching the race an hour ago it ended almost.
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah, because in the race as well, Sky Sports shouted that the safety car had been called out because of the pits, but all they did was close the pit lane. They didn't bring the safety car out.
Right. Well, I say, that's once again usually doing a virtual safety car, which I know those who don't watch it. You have 2 types of safety car situation. You have a virtual safety car, which is basically just a signage around the track telling you have to maintain your sector speed and stuff, which is reduced speed by, I think it's like 25%, something like that.
Yeah.
And you had to hit each marker, each section of the track. You got to maintain a certain distance no matter what. And then you have a full safety car situation where the actual vehicle comes on the track and gathers everybody up and everybody gets behind them. So like I say, that was kind of weird, because when I heard that the pit was closed too, I'm saying, okay, what's going on? Because in either situation, unless there's an accident that happened near the pit entry or near the pit exit, that's the only time they should have closed the pit lane.
Well, they closed it because of debris from the Norris car.
Yeah, I got that point. That there was debris because of Norris car, but I think they closed. I'm not sure. I have to see, because I saw when he came into the pits, the tires completely shredded to the end, but he was throwing out bits and pieces while go around half of the track.
Yeah.
If you saw the replay of that, you saw kind of bits flying off his car as he was trying to get to the pit lane and stuff. So that's why I thought at first they were clearing the track itself and they were going to bring everybody into the pit lane. A lot of times they'll close the pit lane for pit stops, but they'll bring the whole field in so they can clear the track. And that's what I thought they were going to do, because I saw all the bits flying off his car on the actual track itself. You know, and with him to say that they did it to clear the pit lane, I'm like, okay. Because they didn't show a replay of that. Yeah, they didn't show a replay of how much stuff flew off the car. I just know the tire completely shredded off when he was in the pit lane, coming into the pit lane, I should say.
Yeah,
I
because
gotta jump
originally
off. I'll
when he,
catch y'all later.
yeah, catch you later.
Okay.
When he
All right.
originally crashed, he didn't really have Norris didn't really have much damage, did he? At first, he didn't look it,
You're right, but like I said,
and then
you know,
he tried to overtake Verstappen again, and Verstappen closed him off, and then suddenly, even though there was no further contact, suddenly you just saw his tire go bump.
that's the whole thing with those tires, that they can have a slow leak, but there's not very much pressure in the tires. You're only talking about less than 20 pounds of pressure a lot of times, those tires. So Max's, you know, his got damaged because the rim itself was damaged. You saw the lip of the rim was broke, the bead off the tire seal, and his initially just blew right out. And he had the whole flat itself, but he was able to make it around because the tire itself stayed intact. But with Norris, I think his went down a little more slowly, and then by the time he, you know, got around that next turn or two, he knew then he had a flat, and he had to try to make it back around. And like he said, he did the smart thing, retiring the car, because he knew by the time he got back to the pits, he was not going to finish in the point, so wasn't no use trying to, you know, get back out there, because he probably had additional damage, floor damage, or anything else that would not have made it worth risking the car.
Yeah, well, by retiring the car, he can make more changes, can't he, for next week?
Yeah, that's also, by retiring the car, you're able to do more repair work on it without incurring a penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Hey,
that's it.
David, what's this Euro, whatever, England against Slovakia? What?
Yeah, that's football. And it kicks off in 14 minutes.
Now I got something for you. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I guess it happened last night. There was in the field where I don't know how it happened, but one of the players from the opposite team, which I'm not much on soccer rules, but I thought once the goalie has the ball, he has a free kick, and everybody has to be on the other side of the goalie.
No.
Am I okay? Because that's what happened last night. This guy.
It depends how the goalkeeper received the ball.
Okay, they didn't show that part. All they showed the highlights was the goalkeeper had the ball, and everybody's running down the field except for this one guy. He's behind the goalie.
Yes.
He's about 10 yards or so behind the goalie, and as the goalie put the ball on the ground, he comes up and steals the ball and shoots a goal.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't touch the goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Once the goalkeeper releases that ball.
Right.
Yeah. The ball's back in play.
Yeah. I mean, the ball's back in play, but usually
the keepers normally they would look around.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this has been done so many times, so they normally look around, make sure there's no one there, then release the ball.
I thought that would be considered an offsides offense.
No, because the keeper was the last one to touch it.
Okay.
And he's for the opposite team, so
yeah, has that always been like that, or is that okay? Because I like I say, the rules in soccer or football and hockey are almost the same, in my opinion.
Yeah. The offside rule.
Yeah.
The offside rule is getting so ridiculous now. It used to be that a part of the player's leg had to be in an offside position. But now they've got this new VAR. Even if the front end of his football boot, just a little touch, is off.
Right.
They're calling it. And it's like, it's just getting ridiculous now. I mean, last season we had 2 goals cancelled out, not because the boots were offside, but his nose.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And
well, to me, that was a part of football that I felt slowed the game down, because you really couldn't have breakaway plays unless one person was still back to
Yeah.
defend. And I'm like, no, if I steal a pass and I got to open.
I agree
you
with
know,
you. The offside
field,
rule should just be scrapped. It's
Yeah.
it's a stupid
It should.
rule.
Yeah,
Just
it's like
scrap it. And
yeah, because if I intercept the pass between two of the opposing players and I got an open lane, I shouldn't have to wait for one of them to get back. I say, hey, let me go, me and the goalie one-on-one, let's
Yeah.
go.
as long as you get the ball in front of the opposition,
Yeah,
you're not offside. Or
Right.
when the ball is kicked. It's
Yeah.
when the ball is kicked out. If there's like two players in front of you,
hmm
the ball is kicked and then you run into an offside position, because you're receiving the ball after it's kicked, you're not offside.
hmm
And that's what confuses everybody.
Right.
I say
Yeah.
scrap it and let's get back to games where we're getting 23, 24 and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Because the whole point of football is to celebrate goals,
Right.
right?
And
That's
always
what we all
celebrate
go to
goals.
see.
Yeah, the only way you celebrate goals is you get more shots on goal.
And there's more nil-nils and 1-0s now than anything.
Mhm.
It's just,
Right.
it is getting boring.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, I can't sit there and watch 90 plus minutes of practically no shots on goal. I mean, it's a defensive game, but even if somebody intercepts a pass between the two opposing players, he can't just break for the goal.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well,
oh, now
my advice to you, Dre, is stay away from Preston North End because that's what we watch.
Well, I can say the only time I watch it seriously, I say I might, when they introduce it to the Olympics, or I might catch maybe one game during the World Cup. That's it. I don't even care who it is. I mean, I think it was last time I watched the game. The most anticipated game was between Britain and Germany. I think it was.
Yeah,
And I
there's
think-
one rule that I've now, well, no, it's not a rule, but one tactic I've really started to hate,
Mhm.
right? And that's when they pass it back to the keeper for no
Yeah.
reason. They're playing around with it at the back, or they're playing out from the back.
Right.
Okay, every now and again, it's a good decision, right? But
Well,
all
I
you're
guess-
doing, inviting pressure on yourself. Stop using the
that's it.
goalkeeper.
As a safety device. And that's why I
Yeah.
said that was real weird. Why I saw that highlight this morning after the race went off. They're showing sports highlights. And I'm like, wait a minute. 'Cause usually when they didn't show how the goalie got the ball. And that's why I wish they would show a little more in the highlight. All they showed was the goalie walking out towards the end of his boxed area. And this guy was about, 10, 15 yards behind. And I'm like, nobody saw this. And they played it back. One player from the same team was pointing the goalie to him out, hey, there's somebody behind you, and the goalie never saw it. As soon as he bent over and laid that ball out, rolled out about maybe, I would say no more than about 10 feet in front of him for him to go up and kick it. This guy ran up, stole it, shot on goal.
This is the rule. If it goes out of play,
Mhm.
you're not allowed to touch the ball. You have to, every opposition player has to be outside the box.
Right.
Right. If the
Mhm.
referee blows for a free kick,
Mhm.
again, everybody has to be outside the box. However, if it's just passed back from the header or the goalkeeper makes a save,
Mhm.
the moment he lets go of that ball, it's back in
Free.
play.
Yeah.
But
And that's what I
There
said.
has
They
been,
didn't.
there
didn't
has
show-
been incidents where the goalkeeper's chucked the ball in the air and the player's headed it over the top of him. He's come round and just headed it straight over the top of him and it's gone in.
Mm. Yeah.
And
And
there
what-
there are
and what-
incidents where the players took it out of his hands. But again, if he's got it in one hand, it's in
Uh-huh.
open play. If he's got it in two, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah?
And
So if he's
that's
got it
why
in
I
one
say that.
hand and they just headed it out of his
Right.
hand, that's because the keeper's not got control of the ball.
Right. Okay.
Blah,
And-
blah, blah, blah.
And that's why I said, because like I say, for the basic rule knowledge that I know of football, that's why I was thinking that the ball went out of play, or it was was some other situation where the goalie, everybody had to clear, because everybody else was clearing. So that's why I assume it happened. That's what confused me. I'm like, oh, did they change the rules or what? I'm like, this guy's hanging out behind the goalkeeper, and I said he just came up. I'm like, dude, that's
It's like
that's
today,
good.
right? If there's a foul in the box, they
Uh-huh.
instantly go for a penalty. However,
Mhm.
if you read the rules and interpret the rules, it's not always a penalty.
Yeah.
If they're stopping a goal scoring opportunity, it's a penalty. But if the player's running away from the goal, so going towards the corner flag and he's taken out, they've
Mhm.
not stopped a goal scoring opportunity because he's not aiming towards the goal. So technically, it's an indirect free kick, and that's still in the box. But what they have to do, they have to kick it to one of the players first,
right.
and then they can shoot.
Right. Have to be touched by a second player, then they can shoot on goal.
Yeah, it's same with if say like I kicked the ball back to the keeper and he picked it up,
Mm-hmm.
it's an indirect free kick. The only way the ball can go back to the keeper from you is from your knee upwards. So if it hits your knee or you head it back, then keeper can pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're all but they keep, like I said, they're just making more and more rules to make it harder to score. And
It makes it less exciting for the
Yeah.
fans.
Are you
So,
coming on my panel?
Laura,
Right?
we were just discussing you and your channel.
Yeah.
And-
What about
and
it?
And Dustin and I said we don't want to have any more alpaca incidents.
Well, on that note, football is about to kick off. We're all going to stand for the national anthem.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Alright.
I'm going live.
You stand up, woman.
No, I'm going live.
Laura says, no way, Jose.
Yeah, so I'll see you all this evening.
right, you
Okay,
guys have a
Laura's
good
gonna be
evening.
on it. Laura's gonna be on here shortly too, isn't she?
She's going live in, well, she said now, but I think it's in 5 minutes.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Everybody,
Oh,
everybody,
not now.
thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again later today. If not, join Laura if you're not into the soccer game.
Let's go.
Take care.